Greetings and salutations, folks. It's Saturday, the 25th of August. It's time for Shootin' the Breeze. I'm your host, TakersMinion, and I'm joined, as always. Oh, Christ. Damn it. Here we go. Mute that shit out. I keep forgetting to do that.
What?
I have the chat up, and I forget to mute mute that one. That you.
So I have spoiled the opening.
Yeah, it's spoiled the opening again. I'm joined as always by my friend, the crime partner, my co-host, Mr. Dr. Senju. Good evening, sir.
Evening. Oh my God, my back! Finally, I get to listen to new music, and it's fun. Oh, I'm feeling good. My week has been great. My weekend is just about to begin. How about you today, good sir?
I'm working.
Of course. Of course.
Of course. That's nothing unusual for me. I always work the weekends.
Nope. Understandable. I mean, at least hopefully you had a good day, good week.
Oh yeah, I had a decent week.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time in the threads arguing with people, but we'll get to that later.
You always come up the mediator, and somehow you got into a heated argument with people. I don't know why.
We all know why.
Not all of us, I think, but I think we'll elaborate on that a little bit later. Another question: what's on the menu today, good sir?
Well, what's on the menu is that the show name is very simple. Finally.
Well, not exactly.
But the guests we have today is we have a couple of guests. One returning after quite a while. That's Miss Ambrose Alley from the great state of Wyoming. Big Sky Country, I think it's called, is it not?
No, that's Montana.
Oh, my bad.
We're wonderful, Wyoming.
Oh, wonderful.
You did a boo-boo right there.
I'll admit it. Hey, I'm not perfect.
Right there.
I'm not perfect. I never tried. I never said I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Big Sky is Montana. My bad. I'm a truck driver. And I should know that shit. Anyway.
You should know that shit? Okay.
I should. Many times I went through that sorry-ass state.
Okay. Gracing us with his one-winged presence, we have One-Winged Angel.
Second week in a row, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. That's correct. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
Both respected members of Cage Side. One of them infamous, the other quite famous. So,
yeah, Ambrose is infamous. She will not accept famous. She don't like that.
She don't like
no,
famous.
I don't.
She don't like famous. She likes infamous. So there's that. How are you today, good sir?
I'm well. It's a beautiful day out here. A beautiful morning. Not quite as early as last week, so a little bit easier.
Yeah. What was it last week? 7:30?
7. Yeah.
7:30 in the morning. You guys should be thankful. And I'm right now at 12:14 in the midnight doing this.
Yeah, 12:14 in the morning, Sunday morning for you.
Every single week. with a few stops here and there. So
except when you're over in Europe on vacation.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. I get to do on a weekend. I get to do on an evening where I look at the watch and it's 3 in the morning, and outside it looks like it's just about to sunset, just about setting, which confused the hell out of me for a couple of days until I got used to it. Oh, it's already. It's 7, and it's already looking like it's midnight, and then. And then, it's actually midnight. It's actually 12 o'clock. Now you're looking like it is going to be midnight. 4 o'clock in the morning, it's dawn. Oh, fuck. What have I got myself into? At least there's a little bit of a time difference, a little bit of a day and night cycle difference over here in the East and whatnot, especially when you're just +9 on the GMT scale. But getting used to that is a little bit, okay. So this is how it feels like living in Europe, or probably living in the States for that matter too. So yeah, at least I got to What?
Well, I'm GMT. I'm Zulu -5 or
So that
minus
means
6.
you're -5 or -6, give or take the daylight savings time. And earlier on, I was asking about what's on the menu today. What have you gotten for, say, breakfast, or for probably say dinner? It's a
Well, what did I
long,
have for?
it's a long time we haven't really asked that question, so we're gonna
Well,
ask.
last night I had, of course, I had the hearts of romaine salad with
Wow.
ranch dressing.
Okay.
And then I had homemade shrimp scampi with pasta for dinner.
Awesome.
Yes.
I mean, I love salad. I won't deny it. I love salad. I eat any kinds of salad. I mean, Oriental kind of salad with one time I ate that with a balsamic vinaigrette dressing, which I don't know. It tastes a little bit funny for me. I didn't want to try that anymore, but I love the regular Caesar salad.
Oh
with
God.
croutons and whatnot.
Well, you want to know something? I'm really going to make you jealous now.
What?
I make my own Caesar dressing.
Wow.
Homemade Caesar dressing. Yes.
Okay. We'll see what happens next year. If I come, I demand.
You can demand all you want. I'm gonna look at you and go, yeah, right.
Little known fact: Caesar salad was invented in Mexico.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
I have actually eaten at the place that.
Oh,
made
really?
it. Yeah, it was in Tijuana,
Uh-huh.
place called Caesar's Palace.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they call it the Caesar dressing.
Yeah, it was something I don't know how that it came about, but yeah, that's where it was made. Everybody
I think
thinks
the story is
oh,
they had like an overabundance of certain ingredients, and they wanted to do something with them, and they came up with the dressing, and they had the lettuce, so just add some
they had an
croutons and
overabundance of
boom.
romaine lettuce, and they had an overabundance of, I believe, anchovies and olive oil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's something. It's all that's basically in the dressing I make. I don't use egg.
Mhm.
Okay, because of salmonella purposes.
Okay.
I use anchovies, garlic, 2 teaspoons. I think it's 2 tablespoons of cold water
Okay.
and a cup of olive oil, and that's it. And I just run it through a food processor until it's like the consistency of mayonnaise. And that's it.
And at that restaurant, don't they make it tableside?
Yes, they do. Fresh.
That's awesome.
You got to be careful on the anchovy, though. Too much, it's fishy. And it's true. I've made it where I've had a little bit too much of the anchovies in there, and it's like, nope, this ain't right.
Okay. I guess. But in any case, anyway, at least you had a king.
We could talk
meat.
all day about salad. No.
You can, because this is a very much a long time since I've not asked the guy the question, because usually we've always asked.
Well, when
Taker.
I was always asked in the nightly. I'm not asked anymore.
Yeah.
The one who would ask
So
me would be Swiss, and Swiss has not been in a nightly in months.
I think we can call it a year now, I guess.
Yeah.
Almost a year. It's coming up.
I'm thinking maybe he quit cage side, to be perfectly honest. I don't know.
I think he did. But in any case, and we're going to bring it back today. So every single week, anyone can ask Taker, what has he gotten for food last night? Not this morning. Probably this morning. Even if your wife actually had cooked you breakfast.
No, she didn't, because she came in and went to work, and she relieved me this morning at 7:00.
Aha. Okay.
So
we're gonna ask him what he has for dinner every single week. I'm gonna start it every single week. I don't care. This is a usual tradition for TakersMinion. I'm gonna restart it back again, starting this week. So I got my answer. In any case, people might ask, why did I actually skip the whole? Usually, if you guys follow the whole breakfast special, the week after breakfast special, I usually titled the whole thing with a little bit of a nod to the previous week's breakfast special. Like if it's breakfast at SummerSlam, I actually will set it to SummerSlam and what happened last week. This week's title was a hot sweltering summer of slams, which I actually skipped. Skipped in deciding that this is actually a good week to change it to just one word, which is finally. I wonder why the reason is. I wonder why the reason is that apparently because finally, last week's SummerSlam has happened, and finally, we have a decent, very good pay-per-view.
Yes, we did.
And there's a lot of finalies that we can call it. Finally, the
Finally,
shiny.
Becky Lynch turned heel.
Finally, okay. Finally, the shiny is off from the giant. Finally, Roman Empire can celebrate.
Yes.
What
Finally,
else?
Seth has got the Intercontinental title back.
Again?
Again?
Yeah, sure. We can say that. Finally, Ronda Rousey punch wins the shiny again. Back.
Wins the shiny. She never
For the
lost.
first time.
She never had it. Right. She wins the shiny
Yeah,
and-
she wins.
in a 5-minute squash match, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of things I liked about it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and there's a lot of finalies. Finally, a good pay-per-view in about several months. What else? Finally, even the pre-shows were actually that good, with the exception of just one of the
didn't
pre-shows.
see it.
Okay. Finally, each and every single card was good.
Oh,
Rather than
Takeover was a
just-
good card. Now
Yeah,
I'm
Takeover.
all right.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I got a question for you guys. It's the same question I asked on Thursday night when I made my guest appearance on Two Guys One Sport.
hmm
Of the 4 takeovers in Brooklyn, I want you to rank them. We're going to use just the main events here. Or what we consider the main events. I want you to rank them 1 to 4. AA, go ahead.
1 to 4, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All of the takeovers?
Just the Brooklyn takeovers.
Okay. Just the Brooklyn takeovers.
Just the 4 Brooklyn takeovers that we just had.
Okay.
Rank them from 1 to 4.
1 to oh god, that's hard. Because I'm trying to remember them now.
You want me to help you just about the main event yet? Yeah.
Or the match that caught your attention the most.
Okay.
Because we know what match was actually the main event at Brooklyn 1.
Okay.
That was Sasha Bailey. That put the women
Unofficially, yeah. Okay, fine. Unofficially, yeah.
Yeah.
Unofficially, yeah. Okay.
The one that I would say caught my attention was for the women's title.
Mm-hmm.
at Brooklyn 1.
At Brooklyn 1, I didn't see Brooklyn 1.
Okay,
Okay.
that match was a Sasha Bailey match that really put women's wrestling in the forefront. I think.
Okay. Okay. I'll quickly just run it down then. Okay. To those of you who don't remember, I'll give you some of the main events, I guess, for it. Brooklyn 1, you have Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the ladder match NXT Championship, and of course Bailey versus Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. That's number 1. Number 2 would be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe for the NXT Championship, and Asuka versus Bailey for the NXT Women's Championship. Number 3, Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship, and Asuka versus Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship. Number 4, should I even say? You guys know it, right? Unless you have minimal memory loss.
It was Tommaso champion Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
For the champion, for the men's, and for the women, it was Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane.
Thank you. Okay, I'll start off first then, because considering the fact that I just named them out loud, and you guys can process it one way. Brooklyn 4 would be 1.
Okay.
It's surprising because I actually put Brooklyn 2 as number 1 until Brooklyn 4. So
Okay.
Brooklyn 2 was second for me now.
Okay.
Brooklyn 3. Brooklyn first was the third.
Okay.
Followed, last but not least is Brooklyn 3. So yeah.
Okay. Angel.
Is he there?
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
Hello.
I was researching a little bit too on the Brooklyns, but
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I actually have the same exact list as you, MDS.
Good.
100% on the money.
Mhm.
So this was a fantastic takeover, number 4. So
It was.
and the last 2 matches
Oh, God, sorry.
were phenomenal. Both main events were great.
Mhm.
So it's hard. It's some of those other ones. It's forgettable. I mean, I know it's fresh in our minds right now, but
Yep.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
Which was 4, 2, 1, 3.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Fourth.
Okay, Ambrose Alley, you've been
Quiet. Processing.
Had some processing. Well, since I didn't see the first 3,
Well,
wow. Then we'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass on it.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. Mine is completely different than you guys.
Oh, okay.
I have it 1,
Mhm.
Brooklyn 1. My top 4, my ranking structure is Brooklyn number 1 as 1.
Oh, Brooklyn. The first Brooklyn is number 1. Okay.
Right. Brooklyn 4 is number 2.
Oh, okay.
Takeover Brooklyn 3 is or Takeover Brooklyn 2 is number 3. And the third Brooklyn Takeover is number 4.
Wow. This one is the least one. This one is the ranked the lowest for you, Brooklyn's.
Brooklyn 3 was the lowest one.
Ah, okay.
It's 1, 4, 2, 3.
1, 4, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, we
I
all
won't
agree the 3
deny-
is the worst. So
Because it was one of the not.
yeah,
It's not worst as in it's bad or something.
I know, it's
No,
just-
it just doesn't stand up. The card doesn't
Yeah.
stand up to the other 3.
I mean, the main event itself: Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre. Sure, I'll cheer for Drew McIntyre, but Bobby Roode?
Oh wait, no, it was 3-2. Excuse me, 3-2. 1, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, 1, 4, 3, 2.
Oh.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
2
now
was
we
Drew
can
McIntyre, Robbie Roode.
What?
Robbie
Brooklyn
Roode?
2?
No,
Brooklyn-
that's right. That's right. I had
Brooklyn
it right.
3. Yeah,
Brooklyn 3 was
Never
one.
mind. It was 1, 4, 2, 3. That's right.
So, I mean, like I said, Brooklyn 3 probably was the least because, well, I cheered for Drew McIntyre, but Bobby Roode? Sure, he's a veteran, but who wants to watch Bobby Roode, the champion, face off against Drew McIntyre, already thinking that, yeah, Bobby Roode's going to lose the title to McIntyre? Something like that. So it's a simple process of elimination. I got 2 not because of the awesomeness that is Samoa Joe and Shinsuke Nakamura, but because of Nakamura. So
Yeah, Nakamura worked that show.
Nakamura
He came to work.
Mhm.
He didn't
And
mail
then,
it in.
yeah, and then you see Brooklyn. I see Brooklyn 4, and I see the main event. That was just years in the making, I guess. This is like long-term booking done correctly.
mm-hmm.
This is just long-term storyline done correctly. I mean, in my personal opinion, anyways, this is how you do long-term rivalry and long-term booking.
And they're taking it further by, I don't know, Triple H selling it as a legitimate injury to Gargano, but now that there's rumors that it's not, but they're selling it as such so they can, prolong, I guess, the conclusion.
Yeah, let's agree. And then, of course, there's the flimsy story about who nailed Aleister Black.
It was Gargano.
It could have been. It could have been.
What a jerk.
What a jerk. What a jerk. And somehow someone's heart just shattered into a million pieces when he finds out that Johnny Gargano stabbed him and stabbed Aleister Black in the back.
He did it for The Rock.
He did it. I did it. For Ciampa.
No.
I mean, I can't say I did it for The Rock. The Rock already retired, man. So, I did it for Nakamura?
No.
It was a joke.
I know. We need to stay under control today, guys.
Oh, come on. excited. You're just as excited.
I have
yeah,
my
okay.
I have my gun loaded for other things.
Yeah, but yeah, that if that was the question, then that is our answer. So
But yeah, that was, like I said, that was something we did on Thursday, and it caught the entire
your
panel.
attention.
Yeah, it caught everybody off guard, but we all basically agreed with the same that I put forward. It was like unanimous agreement, which was funny. Yeah, you would not expect that from myself, Tanya, George, and Chris.
Nope, not at all.
Speaking of
Not at
those, Ciampa and Gargano, I think Brooklyn 2 had the tag match with the Revival. That was awesome stuff. So shout out to that one on Brooklyn 2 also.
Yes, awesome. Okay, but yeah, talking about Takeover Brooklyn 4. Yeah, have you guys enjoyed? You guys watched it already? Hope so. Have you guys enjoyed it?
I did.
I loved it.
I really did.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, the card was just awesome. The card was just beautiful to watch at. And yeah, somehow I got somehow there's a surprise slot into a one match because on the official card there's initially that there was only one match that they were booked. They were told that it was to be taped for broadcast on a future episode of NXT. Somehow they actually got another one because the first one was, of course, Pete Dunne versus Zach Gibson. The other one was Bianca Belair facing off against Deonna Purrazzo. So.
Yep. But we'll get into those when they I think they aired already, did they not?
I think so. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, yes. But okay, I'll just run down the card just as quickly as possible, just to remember. You have the Undisputed Era versus the Mustache Mountain. You have Velveteen Dream versus EC3. Ricochet facing off against Adam Cole. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler, and then Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano.
Yep.
Okay, so all of them are good. All of them are great. So any nitpicks? I know that usually I'd say, yeah, this matchup is great. This matchup is awesome.
That card that they had for Takeover Brooklyn 4, that the actual what they would have as their pay-per-view, which you're not paying for unless you got the network. Was a solid card top to bottom.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, in the opening match, and we talked about it on Thursday. In the opening match, you had 4 guys in that ring that are selfless, not selfish, selfless, selling their asses off for each other.
Yep.
And the whole thing with Mustache Mountain is, I think they're going to be the NXT UK tag team champions over there. That's what so they had to send them out on their back.
I agree. Because if that's the general thought process on it, then yeah, okay, fine. I see the whole thing. I see the whole storyline process. But I'll come back to your point about how these guys are selfless. If that is not an indicative of how great these 4 guys are, the crowd already started chanting "Fight Forever" in NXT. That another thing altogether. That's just an indicator of the in-ring chemistry these two teams have.
Exactly.
Extraordinary product they deliver when these guys are matched up together. I mean, say what you want about both Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. I have. I mean, I've said that Roderick Strong is just a regular cheesehead with no personality whatsoever. But my God, does he work his ass off?
Well, since he's been with Undisputed Era and as a heel, now Roderick Strong is not your plain old cheeseburger now. He's got the bacon and the fried onion rings and all the other stuff that goes with it. That goes with that.
Making me hungry.
So let me get this straight. So which one's the bacon? Kyle O'Reilly?
No. You're not getting the whole comparison. You said he's a plain cheesehead.
Okay.
Who sells his ass off. I said, no, he's actually improved since being with the Undisputed Era.
Okay.
better on the mic, better in the ring.
What a seamless transition that's been. I mean,
It's been seamless.
He fit. Usually, sometimes when someone gets hurt, like I think of like Crush and Demolition or something like that, just doesn't fit. But he fits perfectly as a substitute for Bobby Fish.
Yes, he does.
So,
yes, he does.
That's true. I mean, sitting as a stand-in for Bobby Fish, who's out injured, should have should have knocked the wind off of them and just trying to adjust themselves to a stable. But no,
Roderick Strong stepped in and he's owned it.
And then I'll get back. Go ahead. Sorry to cut you off.
Like I said, you said I say plain cheeseburger. I was talking about what is it, the Southwestern barbecue cheeseburger that Carl's Jr. sells there, Angel. You know which one I'm talking about.
The Western bacon.
Western bacon cheeseburger. That's it.
Oh, that's just heaven on a bun.
It is. The sad thing about it, Angel, I can't get that here.
Oh.
Hardee's don't have it here.
They don't? Oh, man.
No, they're bastards. They cut it off when Carl's Jr. ends, which is in frickin' Texas.
Oh, that sucks.
The
I
bastards.
think I'll have one for lunch today.
Yeah, because it's got the fried onion ring on it. It's got the bacon. It's got the barbecue sauce. It's like, oh my god.
And a side of the fried zucchini. Oh,
that's
really good.
Yes.
Are we talking about cheeseburgers or are we talking about Roderick Strong? Because if we're talking about Roderick Strong, this has gone to a rather disturbing turn.
Actually, one note with this that I like, what NXT does is they keep Bobby Fish around even though he's hurt. You see, still lurking in the backstage when they're showing the era, like he's there.
Yeah,
with crutches or whatever. I like that. That's something
Keeping
different. Usually, when people
yeah.
are hurt, they're just gone. But
Keeping continuity, basically.
it's a lot easier since they're based in one location.
Yeah,
and
true.
Not a touring, countrywide like the Big Show. But
speaking of which, have you seen the travel schedule for Raw the next couple of weeks?
Oh, I from the bottom of my heart, I salute these guys for really traveling around.
I mean, they've got a rough schedule coming up.
Yep. I salute these guys for doing what they do on a 300-day basis.
This is crazy. I'm going to read it off.
Okay.
Oh.
Live event Sunday, August 26th. Tomorrow. This is Raw. Tomorrow in Rochester, New York. Monday Night Raw in Toronto. Okay. Live event Wednesday, the 29th, London. Live event Friday, August 31st, Osaka. Live event.
I want to go.
Live event September 1st and Saturday, Shanghai, China.
WWE, if you're listening, give
Monday
me tickets right now to Osaka.
Monday Night Raw, Monday, September 3rd, Cleveland, Ohio.
Sure.
That's insane.
It is. They're traveling around.
That's a lot for one.
Over 17,000 miles in 7 days.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be one tired roster come next Monday night.
Very, very travel weary travelers.
Yes. But yeah, I wanted to point that out just to say that's the difference of being on the main roster versus being part of NXT. NXT don't travel like that.
Nope.
So they have more time to actually concentrate on the little details, like putting Bobby Fish backstage even though he's injured, just to keep for continuity's sake. Which,
right.
Yeah. On that note, yes. Credit where credit's due. They did that pretty well. I'll get back to the whole chemistry and end product that they deliver. I mean, they delivered crisp, hard-hitting, dramatic action because they had the timing like just like that, just like snap with their fingers. I mean, there's no. If you want to go nitpick, I find it hard just to find something that I can nitpick on their timing or their communication and whatnot. There's none.
The pace was excellent, and the finish was just.
superb.
I jumped out of my seat. I was so excited because it was just excellent.
And the only thing that I can find that I can nitpick is that I know that I remember that they have a few weeks back, these two teams have faced off against each other again and delivered an extraordinary classic a few weeks back.
An instant classic, yeah.
An instant classic a few weeks back. Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era and if you want to ask me, was this on that level? I'd easily answer no, because to me, that one had an extra layer of storyline between Seven and Bait and the Undisputed Era. The storytelling on that match a few weeks back was better, but I think on this end, this match got itself a little bit of an elevation thanks to the crowd, because the crowd was literally on fire for the whole pay-per-view. I think for the whole takeover. So.
Well, that speaks.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, that speaks to just how NXT builds their shows.
Mm-hmm.
One, it's paced well from start to finish. There's only 5 matches, and they just do them perfect. So they're not trying to, fit 13 matches in a pay-per-view. So it's easy to keep the crowd hot when you're going for a 2.5-hour show as opposed to 4.5.
Well, yeah, but SummerSlam was only 4.5 versus WrestleMania was what, 6.5?
Oh,
yeah.
That's the main show. Was 6.5.
Yeah, but we're still there's always a lot of things that we can do to improve on a 6-hour card. I mean, we'll get to that when we talk about SummerSlam, because I think there's a lot to compliment on this year's SummerSlam. So, but
next match.
Yeah. I'd say I'll end it quickly on this one. This one might probably just be. I'm not surprised if this one gets another candidate selection for NXT Match of the Year. And just on a little bit of a post note, I am tickled funny when I saw that. I just realized that these guys are British born, British trained wrestlers versus ROH alumni. Pretty ironic, don't you think?
And all of them are hard, stiff and strong in the ring.
Result, of course, Undisputed Era won over Mustache Mountain. So there you go. Now, next match we have Ethan Carter III, EC3. I'll go with EC3 versus Taker's favorite, Velveteen Dream.
Match was a yawner.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Solid match. But I think I can also see the point, because we both seen what Patrick Clark / Velveteen Dream can do, because he faced off against both Ricochet and Aleister Black, and he pulled off a stellar performance on both accounts.
And this was not one of his better performances.
No. But this was definitely the weakest on the card.
Right.
That's not a bad knock, but
the biggest reason as to why it's a piss poor match is because it's EC3. He is like watching paint dry.
Yeah,
in the match. I'm sorry.
So you're saying that we finally found another Mr. Mediocre.
No, Mr. Less than mediocre.
Mr. Less than mediocre.
Mr. Below average.
Yeah,
Mr. Below average. Okay.
I mean, we'll get to it later, but Adam Cole delivered in this show. But that's who you're talking about, right?
One thing that happened after the Undisputed Era 1. Who came out and beat the hell out of them? War Raiders.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, how do they sneak up on anyone?
They did.
That was great camera work. However, they did it, because you didn't even know that they were there until they were there.
They beat the holy hell out of them.
Yep. After an already beaten down team.
And they beat the hell. Yeah, they were kind of beaten down after the match, but still, they beat the holy hell out of the Undisputed Era, which was like, heel team's getting its comeuppance somewhat. Good. Yep. Take a page out of their book there, WWE.
Sure. Why not? I just take. But you can definitely argue that this is his weakest match so far on a pay-per-view.
Yes,
on NXT.
It was.
So,
Certainly not his weakest attire, though.
No, certainly not.
Had everyone talking as usual.
That had everybody talking.
Call me up, Vince.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I was like, wow.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking to myself, that's a ballsy move. But I also was saying that had to be approved by somebody.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah, true.
know, I don't quite think he's ready just yet.
No,
So
I don't either.
He's 21. He's 22 years old.
he has all of the time in the world to
Yeah.
develop himself,
And all
He
the
has
potential.
all of the time,
So.
yeah, and all of the potential. So, I am not surprised if he stays. If he calls up, I'm slightly surprised, but I can see why.
And aside from Ono, this is the only time he's won, one of his major feuds. So
Oh yes,
he needs to start building some momentum too.
Yeah.
he does. But in any case,
What
that was
say
a good
you,
one.
MD or AA, about the Velveteen Dream match?
Well, it wasn't as good as his feud with Alistair, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Velveteen Dream.
Like I said,
Like I said, EC3 was the anchor, and I mean in a literal sense, he drugged the match down.
I mean, I hate to knock on that because considering the fact that he's just like what, he made his return to WWE and NXT about several months ago and did nothing. So
Absolutely nothing.
absolutely nothing. Just showed up on a pay-per-view and on an NXT pay-per-view and just, yo, I'm here. I did nothing for several months, but
And then you have Ricochet lighting the world on fire, who came in the same way.
Yep.
But
well, some get the better stick, some don't get the better stick. So, in any case, moving on to the next match. Next match you have for the NXT North American Championship.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The right finish and the right winner.
Yes.
Let me finish. Ricochet versus Adam Cole. Fine. You guys like to cut off whenever we have to talk about Adam Cole because
You don't like Adam Cole, baby. You don't like him. You call him Mr. Mediocre. Let's be honest here.
even if he did pull off what a match.
Adam Cole is your The Miz.
Kind of. It's not my The Miz because I like The Miz.
You're not getting it. You're not understanding. Let me explain it to you very bluntly, MDS. You know I do not like The Miz.
Yep.
You do not like Adam Cole.
Baby.
And I think he's trying to commit seppuku. But anyway,
We can talk about Ricochet. Make it better.
I'll do this the easiest way possible. I won't deny that the match was awesome. I won't deny that the match was great from start to finish because despite the whole, let's mash up two of these people together. Let's mash up our brightest prospect that we just taken off the shelf from ROH/Lucha Underground, toss it up against one of our newest title belt holders in NXT. See what happens. And thank God the match was okay. If the match was shit, I'd shit on it a little bit more. I'm gonna pay some fine.
it was better than okay. Come on.
the only reason he's giving it an okay rating is because of Adam Cole.
Baby.
You see how it is when you say The Miz to me, and I'm like, and you say Adam Cole.
I'll I'll easily say that. Okay, at least I think I would love to think that once he has stepped into NXT, I think he knows that he's playing in the big leagues now, and now that he needs to step up.
Yeah.
Great. If that is the case, then congratulations, Adam Cole. You didn't win me over yet, but you did something good.
Yeah,
You did something great.
He actually worked and sold.
Yep, you did. I mean, I'll say this at least on one positive note for Adam Cole. I'm disappointed that he hasn't got he has little reaction because the audiences in there has been largely receptive to how to say largely receptive to Ricochet in a sense, but because, well, of course. But I also noticed that crowds are actually not booing for Adam Cole; they're actually cheering for him.
Well, he's got a fun shtick, when he comes out.
Mm-hmm.
When he does the boom, when he points at himself, and then
no. One more of this.
Adam Cole is nothing but I said this Thursday, and I'll repeat it. Adam Cole is nothing but a catchphrase.
Yes, you did. You actually did say that and I actually laughed.
I bet you did when you heard that, because it's the truth. Adam Cole, his in-ring skills are C to C minus at best.
Like I said, if you went out from NXT, the NXT picture of Adam Cole now, and then just view Adam Cole in ROH, you'd actually say that, yeah, he's pretty mediocre. He's nothing but a catchphrase. That's it. And somehow he came into NXT and proves me wrong, and I have to eat my words and eat my hat and eat my shoe just because of the fact that he's doing pretty well in NXT, and I have to swallow all my words. And I have to bear the brunt of people actually chanting Adam Cole Bebe in my face, so... Thanks a lot, Adam Cole, for making my life miserable and making your life as best as possible in WWE. Congrats to you. Well, everybody wins but me.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
If he's smart and he continues on this path that he's on, he'll be called up to the main roster before the rest of
the Undisputed Era. Yeah.
Right.
And here's a bold prediction I would like to do before he moves up to the main roster. Could his loss of the NXT North American title at the time when the rest of the Undisputed Era is practically just rolling in money right now be the catalyst for his dismissal from the group? And I hate to say this. Eventual babyface turn?
That's an interesting thought.
Because I hate to say, I hate to deny it, but the crowd actually cheered for Adam Cole. Because my initial answer was, I hope not, because it's too early for the Undisputed Era to be losing a figurehead in Adam Cole.
I think it'll happen when Bobby Fish returns.
Okay.
Because this will be part of it. That he lost his North American title. He's sans the belt now.
He's sans the shiny. Yes.
Yes, he's sans the shiny. And the other two, Roderick and Kyle O'Reilly, are going to make his life a little bit more difficult now.
We got the shiny.
And then the thing about it is I was expecting those two to show up during this match, which they didn't.
Okay.
They did not come out to interfere and make the save of the shiny for Adam Cole, did they?
No, they didn't.
Adam Cole did the job.
Baby.
That's right. So that's
it's the best looking shiny that there is right now.
Yeah,
too.
it is. I actually love the way that belt looks.
Oh, it's great.
That is a throwback to the old U.S. title look.
Oh yes, I love it. It's a classic design, redesigned back again. So I like it.
That's what they should do with. That's what they should do with the U.S. title now. That one they have right now is time to retire it. It's ugly. It's uglier than shit. Looks like shit.
Looks like Captain America's shield done poorly.
The old WCW one was way better. The
Yes.
one that like Steve Austin held.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, okay. Then I stretch.
That is a gorgeous belt.
Yeah.
But I'm like that. I like the old
We
Eagle
know
belt.
Taker.
The
Yes.
Eagle belt that WWF had. I love that belt.
Oh, that's probably the best.
That was the most gorgeous belt next to the big gold belt.
Mhm.
That was the most gorgeous belt they ever had.
Okay, so I'll stress the question to the both of you. Adam Cole, babyface. Would you like it? Would you not like it? Do you see it? Do you not see it?
I could see it. I've seen, this has happened before with factions, so it could happen. I just hope it doesn't happen before War Games, because I'll be proudly wearing my Undisputed Era shirt at the show just for you, MDS. I'm making the trip down to Los Angeles for it, so.
Okay, fair enough.
That's Survivor Series weekend, no?
Yes, correct.
I cannot dictate what anyone wears. Whatever you want to wear is whatever you want to wear. I have no say in it. If I tell you to take it off, I can't tell you to take it. You can't say, no, you can't say, yes, I'm going to take it off. That's just too gullible. Of course,
but
you can
I don't know if
I'm not taking it off.
I don't know if what happened in the tag match is kind of setting up for War Games or not, but
No.
What?
Not with Mustache Mountain. No. Mustache Mountain, by that time, will be busy over at NXT UK.
Well, War Raiders, though.
War Raiders might.
War Raiders might. War Raiders is a tasty prospect. Tasty.
With barbecue sauce.
Why? Okay, how about this? There's one other big tag team they might add to that mix, too. A heavy equipment. Or heavy machinery. Imagine a heavy equipment. Heavy machinery and War Raiders and Undisputed Era in that match.
Heavy equipment.
My mistake, guys. Okay, my mistake. I corrected it.
I am Circular Saw.
No. Well, what do they call Dozerman? They call him the Dozer, right? Hello, heavy equipment. Not
sure, fine, but when you say heavy equipment, I immediately jump. Hello, I am a drill.
That's not heavy equipment.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jack Hammer.
No, that's not heavy equipment either. Heavy equipment, your cranes, your bulldozers, your road graders.
You want the simple ones then? Okay. Hello, I am Crane. Hi, I am Steamroller.
That Dozerman's known as a dozer, so that's where I got it from. My mistake. Shit.
Hello, I am Excavator.
Well, we do have Liam
baby.
Neeson. We have Liam Neeson on a snowplow here getting revenge. I don't know if you saw that. That guy saw that movie trailer come out. But.
Yeah. Yeah.
The snowplow driver hell bent on revenge.
Snowplow driver. Hello, I am Liam Neeson on Snowplow Driver.
Hey.
This is my friend Sylvester Stallone on Bulldozer.
You don't mess with my heavy equipment.
I'm not even going there. You're just so wrong on so many levels right there. Oh, I need coffee.
You need coffee? I need a breath. I need a breath. I didn't go there because I don't want to go there, but somehow it suddenly... Give me a moment. Composing myself. Okay.
You composed?
Yeah, I am composed. No, I carry compost. in my big rig. Okay, enough. Because this is going to go nowhere if I laugh more. I'm going to quickly move on to the NXT Women's Championship match. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. Queen of Spades versus Pirate Princess. Japanese versus American. So,
Right,
well,
lady won.
right lady won. Okay, I'll give you that. Right lady won. Under other circumstances, I'd like to see Shayna Baszler retain because, considering the fact that we all say that if Kairi Sane wins, Shayna Baszler is going to go fast track to the main roster. Who, what, where, and why, how? But I'm in two minds about it because on one hand, we saw the post match interview with Baszler, and she says that no, Kairi Sane did not beat me. I lost. She will not believe. She will not take acceptance that she got beat by Kairi Sane. She will not take that fact into account. So, but but considering the whole thing, considering the whole situation, however, well, this was the match it needed to be. I mean, surprises to many and not surprising to me and to some of you who watch Joshi Wrestling, Kairi Sane showed a lot more aggression.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that Kairi Hojo can kick ass. And I know, and Taker knows for a better fact that Doku can kick more ass. So, back in Lucha Underground. So, there's that.
Is she the first person to kick? Is Baszler the first person to kick out of the insane elbow?
Yeah.
And does that go? Was it protected well in Japan, or? I didn't watch.
I think it's safe to say that it's still protected. It's not the be all end all attack.
Mm-hmm.
The illusion of it is still there. The illusion of it is kept intact. It's a spectacular move, and a champion I think it more elevates the whole notion that Shayna Baszler did not need one insane elbow to be taken out. She needs a lot more than just one. So,
I didn't like the title change here. I don't know. I'm a huge Baszler fan, and but at the same time, it's kind of good. They don't need to make her like a world beater that can't be beaten because we've seen that with Asuka. But
yeah, true. Because I'll say this though. I'll say this just to kind of like add my 2 cents about it.
Mm-hmm.
Shayna Baszler has been built up as this dominant, unstoppable machine as a champion, especially as a champion. She had become so dominant that there practically was no one else to challenge her. I mean, she whacked away Dakota Kai. She practically scared almost everybody there to face off against her, except for the obvious solution, the winner of the Mae Young Classic herself, Kairi Sane. So,
yeah.
I mean,
the way the finish went, kind of, I don't know if they were trying to tell this kind of story, but she kind of took her lightly, and when Kairi Sane found that one little slip and Shayna made a mistake, she paid for it.
Yeah.
So, or at least that's what I got from the finish.
Well, the one thing I noticed about that whole match is that, Shayna was overconfident, and then at the end, when Kairi did the rollback, the rollover, did you notice how quickly the count was a little faster than normal, and also how quickly Baszler let it go, because the angle that Kairi had her neck is very dangerous. She could have basically been choked to death at that point because of what pressure she put on her throat. So they had to adjust the count. It wasn't your normal 1, 2. It was more like 1, 2, 3. It wasn't your normal 1 pause, 2 pause, 3. So
I did notice that. I didn't really put much into perspective on it, but that does make sense.
Because
I mean,
Kyrie could have gone out in about 20 seconds.
yes, and on a more extended kind of note, I mean, it's hard to see the outcome of this match being Shayna Baszler retains. Because the whole thing because of my point that how NXT has built Shayna Baszler up to become the dominant women champion in NXT that she is. Practically no one else is there to challenge her. So her being beat is just another thing for the sake of the women's division down in NXT. Great.
Plus, I think Shayna's going up anyway.
Eventually. Because when the time comes, it's not. I think still the question still is if and when as well. Because we don't. At least at this point, her losing the title frees Baszler up to jump to the main roster. And, well, join Rousey if she wants to. Or
I don't think she was too happy with Rousey after SummerSlam, though.
Ooh.
Well,
maybe
Did you see her tweet after?
No, I didn't. What did she tweet?
Oh, faux horsewoman.
Oh, I think that was for.
Or was that for Charlotte?
I think that was for.
That
was for Charlotte.
That's
I think it was for Charlotte.
Yeah,
but I think but
Rousey's the 4 that were in the ring with Rousey was. But we can get to that when we get to the match.
Oh, Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. Okay.
No. When Rousey won and she had Natalya and the Bellas in there.
Ah, okay.
Not so much Natalya, but I don't know what the Bellas were doing.
The Bellas. Okay.
But I think that whole thing was.
I don't know if they were trainers or I know Natalya was, but
Natalia's been working hard with her.
I love that,
and it shows
in that jacket. Yeah.
I
love that she came out in the Anvil's jacket. That was great.
Yeah,
isn't it just fun that we're hoping that Natalya somehow winds down a little bit on her wrestling career and transitions slowly to becoming a coach, and she is doing very, very well with Ronda Rousey.
I think, and then we'll get back on to Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
I think her working exclusively right now with Ronda is her tryout to be a trainer at the Performance Center.
I agree. Yeah.
And if we look at Ronda's progression from, and I'm saying just from WrestleMania through SummerSlam, it's she's improved 100% from WrestleMania to SummerSlam.
Yeah,
already.
Her match with Nia Jax was great.
Yes.
Yeah, great. And that's Nia Jax. So
I think the Ronda Nia Jax was the best match Nia ever had.
It's hard to argue.
Oh, hard to argue, but yeah. So hard to argue against that.
Under the Kyrie Sane thing, and I'm going to bring up something that Brother Chris brought up on Thursday night about the match. That someone needs to take notes, Seth Rollins.
Okay, what did Seth Rollins do?
No. Remember at one point during the match, Kyrie's right leg? Yes, right leg was quote unquote injured.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the match, throughout the entire match, Kyrie was selling the right leg injury.
Oh,
once it happened,
okay.
even through her comeback, she was still selling the right leg.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, take notes.
Rollins does take notes. I hope he takes notes.
Well,
I think he does.
He does get a little Supermanish sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, miraculously healed. He could run around and do all the jumpy, flippy shit. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Didn't you just have your, and they're always talking about it. Michael Cole constantly. Well, that right knee. Shut up about the goddamn knee.
Case in point, I mean, I know we're not there yet, but when AJ Styles did the Ushigoroshi on Samoa Joe and on his injured leg.
I love it when you say Ushigoroshi.
He sold himself.
I love it. I love when you say Ushigoroshi.
Ushigoroshi.
Yeah, no, because that is literally the name for his submission move, which is yes, technically speaking.
Mhm. But anyway,
Yeah,
but
in any
there's a right way to sell it throughout the whole match, or
Mhm.
all of a sudden you're Superman, which
Yes.
is noticeable.
okay.
Kyrie, and I brought up this point. Kyrie Sane was the same. This is the same wrestler that went up against Pentagon on Lucha Underground in the Gauntlet match, and she sold her ass off in that match too.
Okay, yeah, okay. Poor Kyrie Hojo getting slaughtered by Pentagon Jr.
She was what Hito Kiri? No, yeah,
She's
Hito Kiri.
Doku.
Doku. That's right. She was Doku
Uh-huh.
in Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Part of the Black Lotus Triad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I
Funnily
love
enough,
Baszler's
2 out of
reaction.
3. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I
Love
love
Baszler.
Baszler's reaction after the match. He was
Shock.
just so pissed and shocked and just couldn't even. She did a
Can't
great.
accept it.
Yeah,
can't
she did a
accept
great selling job on that.
yes, he did.
Can't accept it.
The
Kyrie
anguish-
Sane did not
the
beat me.
anguish,
I
the
lost.
the internal struggle that she was going with. You could tell. You could feel it.
That's why I said Shayna Baszler's going to the main roster. She is ready.
Yeah.
She is ready.
Definitely.
And we can thank Mercedes Martinez for the excellent training that Shayna got. But I don't know. I brought this up. I don't know if anybody noticed the Evolution poster.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes. Oh, she's
Did
the
you
only
see
one
what they did to Shayna's eyes?
Oh,
Looks
why?
like a goddamn raccoon.
She looks like the girl from The Ring.
Yeah. No. Why?
I thought Ronda was the raccoon.
No, look at the poster with Shayna. She is.
Yeah, I saw.
I mean, they've got so much eye black on her. It's ridiculous.
And she's the only one that's like grunting. Everyone
Yeah.
else is all smiley.
And she's got this. She's got this fu look on her face.
Even the heels are all smiling except her. She's the only one that's like her.
She's the badass. I don't take smiley. I take girls for breakfast.
I don't smile.
I don't smile.
Yeah.
Basically.
I don't smile. Fuck you.
I love Shayna. She's absolutely one of my top women's talent right now that
I like her too. I mean,
focused on. I love everything she does.
I just have a feeling that if she comes to the main roster, they're gonna bring her out as a face.
I hope not.
Hell, they bring faces up as heels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why not go the other way?
Yeah.
That's true. I can't say much about it. I mean, all there is to say because the results are definitely correct. I think it's the correct thing, the correct decision to make.
I think so too. I just don't like it because I like Shayna so much. It's
Understandable.
It's a total Mark thing there.
Yeah, understandable. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
The match was awesome.
The match was stellar.
Yeah.
Just excellent.
It's just excellent women's wrestling. So there's
Mhm.
that. So last man standing for the NXT Championship: Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Just a rehash match is what it turned out to be. A lot of the same spots that they used in the first match,
Well,
including the DDT on the boards.
sure, but you can't deny that you got entertained by it.
Eh,
Because I mean, I understand
that whole story needs to be over.
I mean, I understand the whole case of repetitiveness because, well, we both of us agree that sometimes the whole process of doing the same thing over and over again gets
Monotonous.
Tiresome.
monotonous, tiresome.
I mean, it's a shame that Aleister Black is legit hurt.
Yeah.
That kind of ruined the match for a lot of people, including myself. I was looking forward to seeing Aleister Black and Ciampa tear it down.
Their title match was awesome. on
Yeah,
NXT
and
TV.
Johnny was an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
to begin with, and with Alistair getting legit injured, they that a main event was in trouble from that point on.
Yeah. And it doesn't really give Alistair a conclusion to his title reign.
No.
So, because I don't know if they're gonna. Well, I don't know if they're gonna push him back into it when he comes back. It'll just be the storyline with who done it.
I think that's what it's going to be. The storyline of who done it. He's going to have a match with the who done it, defeat them, and go.
Yeah. Do you know how long he's out?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't know either. Hopefully back for War Games, just personally, but.
And if it turns out it was Gargano, I want him to destroy Gargano.
Sure, why not? Someone's heart's gonna break.
Just kick his face right off.
Someone's heart will break if
his
they
face
know
will
it.
look like his little emoji when he's got black mask.
Oh no! Right.
Anyway, like I said, that match, that whole match of that whole story of Ciampa Gargano needs to go away. It just needs to go away. I mean, there isn't much meat left on that bone, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think everyone on the panel would agree.
You've seen all there is to see.
Yeah.
I mean, the second one, they pulled the dang ring rope or the ring out of its own self. I've never seen that. Never.
What, exposing the boards?
Yeah.
I've seen it. Brock and Taker did it. Brock and Taker did it in a Hell in a Cell match. And Taker was F5'd onto the boards.
I don't remember it.
Yep.
I watched that match too. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of drinks in between now and then, so.
Or then and now, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, you're probably still feeling the effects from yesterday, my young friend.
I think AA is more than me.
No, she had a long drive to make. Her and I talked about this before you guys got here.
Oh, okay.
I only had 3 beers.
And then she had to drive home.
Well, at least she's ready. She's at least Ambrose Alley is ready to talk about SummerSlam because one of the ideas is that Dean Ambrose is involved. So we're gonna hear a lot of her gushing and talking about Dean Ambrose. So
of course.
Do you listen to John Denver on your rides to Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling?
No, I don't. I listen to AC/DC.
Oh, God. Okay.
I just had to ask because I always think of Rocky Mountain High.
That's Colorado, not Wyoming. Get it right, you moron. You who worked in radio and music should know that that's about Colorado, not about Wyoming.
But it's Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling, right?
That's right.
And I was thinking, just
and it's in Colorado.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, let's get on to SummerSlam. Our final thoughts on Takeover.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. I love it. I like it.
Enjoyed it.
The main event was awesome. Not up to the par of New Orleans or Chicago, but it was still great because of the whole storyline thing. Even the worst match of the card can't be said as a worst match on the card, as per usual, because it's just it just got the dishonorable mention that it's not a bad match. It's just the least favorite match of the card. So
yeah, that was the Velveteen Dream match,
and
I felt sorry for him. I did through that entire match. I felt sorry for him because Dream was out there busting his ass, and EC3 was mailing it in as he always did.
Yeah.
Derek Bateman, this is Derek Bateman all over again. Doesn't give two shits. Wants to look good and get his stuff in, but gives a shit about his dance partner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion on it. The Dream is not your fault. It's your dance partner's fault. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure he was in the back having 10 fits over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But overall, I give the card an A minus because it was good. The show was good. 2.5 hours, perfect time, perfect length. The matches were, you didn't have a lot of interruptions for backstage shit.
Mhm.
No real promos. You got a little bit about, what brought these up to these matches, certain ones, but not everyone had a package. I liked it. Anyone else?
Yeah, just a great card, top to bottom. No complaints.
All right. Those of you who watched the pre-show, I'll sit this one out because I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it either, honestly.
I honestly didn't watch it either.
Everybody doesn't watch it except for me. I don't know.
I was taking a nap.
Great.
I was sleepy. Remember, I had to work that night.
Yeah.
Double great. You know what? Okay. Quick.
Just quick recap of who won the matches, and we'll move on.
Okay.
Because there
Mixed
were
tag-
3, weren't there?
Yes, there's 3. One of them, mixed tag team match. Rusev and Lana versus Andrade Almas and Zelina Vega. Almas and Vega defeated Lana and Rusev. Interesting mixed tag match because it built to the women receiving the hot tag somehow. Lana was on fire, looked much better than she typically was because we basically literally say that she's a bad wrestler. But much on that is because of Zelina Vega bumping around for her. But the timing is a little bit off. Almas and Rusev, funnily enough, they look like they don't even exist in this match. Because they're just non-factors. But all things considered, it's not a horrible match. It's just a bad pre-show match, of course. I'd give it a C. If you want to give me a grade, I'd give it a C. I'd give it a 2 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad match. It's just average. But at least it just we're done. We're done. Let's move on to better things. This is just, okay, we're doing this just for the pre-show. We're done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And next, we have another match in the pre-show, the Cruiserweight Championship match with Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Alexander defeated Gulak. Disappointed, but can't say that the disappointment masks the great storytelling, the great action, made for a damn fine wrestling match for the Cruiserweights. Awesome match. For the last 5 months, the Cruiserweight division has been...
on fire.
Yeah. For the last 5 months, the Cruiserweight division, the CWC and NXT and 205 Live has been great. If you wanted to escape the humdrum of WWE week in, week out, you can actually just take a peek at 205 Live and just wish for a moment that why don't these guys be showed prominently on their TV screen? These guys are awesome. I mean, but honestly, Gulak looked like the old indie Gulak rather than your PowerPoint presentation toting Drew Gulak. This guy looks dangerous on the main roster. If you notice the body of work of Drew Gulak before he entered WWE, this guy knows how to work your limbs. This guy is a poor man's version of Zack Sabre Jr. And that's not a knockoff on him. That's not a knockdown for Drew Gulak. He's just that good. He can't be. I mean, he's not a direct comparison to Zack Sabre Jr., but he has that kind of ability. So here, Cedric Alexander winning the title the way that he does, to me, I think seeing this two men's feud is not over yet. So, all in all, it's a good match. It's a good pre-show match. So that's good. Next up, we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Revival versus the B Team.
B team, go.
B team, rah.
Oh, why? At least it's okay. It's funny. It's
Well, George brought up an interesting question,
Mhm.
and I'm going to bring it up. Bo Dallas is a rotunda.
Yeah.
Curtis Axel is Kurt Hennig's son.
Yeah.
Now,
a Hennig.
Hennig.
Mhm.
Would those guys still be on the roster if their fathers were truck drivers or accountants or anything other than being professional wrestlers for WWE?
You want me to be blunt?
Be honest.
Hell no.
AA?
Nope.
Angel?
Nope.
My sentiments exactly. Nope.
Mm.
It's the family. It's the loyalty that Vince has towards the families.
Yeah.
Why do you think? And I brought it up. Why do you think Aiden English is still around? Who's he married to?
Shaul Guerrero.
That's right. Eddie's daughter. So he's protected by marriage.
Mhm.
So that's the interesting part about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what did they answer? I mean,
We all agreed no. Even on that show, the answer was no.
I mean, I'm not saying
And
that
it's
because
nothing against it's nothing against them. It's just that they are nothing like their fathers.
No.
I'm sorry.
And I mean, then my question should be, shouldn't their own body of work be their own body of work rather than being overshadowed by their legacy or their family, for that matter?
But the thing about it is that they make a big deal. You know, they don't talk about Bray and Bo being part of the Rotunda family.
No, of course not.
But they did with Curtis Axel.
Oh yeah, and I think that was I think that was the straw that I think that was the straw that literally just that was the downfall basically.
Uh-huh. But everybody knows that Bo Dallas is a Rotunda, and everybody knows that Bray Wyatt's a Rotunda.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a shame.
Yeah. Well, Bray's got talent, but
they're not letting him use it.
no. I mean, it's all been booking with him, and he's so far beyond gone that I just don't. There's no repair.
Like Taker says, Bray Wyatt is just wandering around.
He's out wandering around right now.
Yeah. Bo Dallas had
He's in Iowa.
a nice run in NXT, but his gimmick just didn't translate.
I mean, for the whole thing, I'll say this for a thank you note. At least my prediction that Bray Wyatt is just suddenly going to come into each and every single match
didn't happen. Thank God.
He's just wandering around, going off into the sunset. Oh, glorious sunset! I am heading towards you, Sister Abigail. Come with me. Oh, glorious God!
Oh, please. Anyway, yes, the B team retained and went out and partied.
Yep, went out and partied.
And their new reality series, Total Fellas.
Total Fellas.
Gotta love it. I mean,
yeah.
they're, for a comedy tag team, they are nailing it solid.
Yeah.
Total Fellas. You got the Total Fellas? Yeah, now we have the Total Fellas. At least it's better than my idea being the Jobbers.
Yeah.
Or the Ammo Club. Because I brought that up, and it was like, I was immediately shot down with that. Somebody went, Chris went, no.
No.
Cannon fodder.
It's ridiculous. Cannon fodder.
Yes, cannon fodder. I mean, something.
Yeah, something.
Because we were trying to remember, we were booking a parody of the Bullet Club. We had Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. We had Kurt Hawkins. You call it the Ammo Club.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do anything but lose, like the old
this
Job Squad.
generation's BWO.
Yeah, BWO.
This generation's Job Squad.
Oh, the Job Squad.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Stevie Richards is in the best shape I've ever seen him in.
Where's he doing now?
Stevie Richards.
Sitting catering.
No, he isn't. Stevie Richards is he's got this resistance band training program, 12 weeks that he's doing, which he's been doing. I got to see him at Milestone, and he is ripped.
He looks like he can still go in the ring.
Big
He can
Stevie
still
Cool.
go in the ring. He went in the ring. He went a couple of rounds with Al Snow,
Oh shit!
but Stevie Richards could still go.
Like I said before, I was seeing the Baron a couple years ago at Backlash. Was it?
Uh-huh.
He looked like he could still go, and he's in his 70s. But that's just him taking care of himself. You look at Ric Flair, oy vey. He's in his 60s, and he looks like he's in his 90s. He's so beat up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think his lifestyle caught up with him.
His lifestyle, he also, as a heel, he sold his ass off for a lot of
Oh yeah,
faces.
he did.
He
had a long career
of long matches too. Broadway, whatever they call it.
Hour Broadway, 60-minute Broadway, 90-minute Broadways.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the old school days, back in ye olden days.
Yeah, and that's when they, they weren't really flying. They were all driving to all these territories. There was no,
Yeah. But like I said, he lived the gimmick, and
his lifestyle for sure.
Yeah. But let's get on to the main card, and the first match on the docket was
Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose in his corner versus Dolph Ziggler with the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre in his corner for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yay!
Finally!
I said that in one breath.
Awesome.
That's good. Listen to her all giggly now. She gets to talk about a match. Woohoo!
I get to talk about Dean.
I'm afraid she's going to go, okay, stop talking about Seth Ambrose. Let's talk about the awesomeness that is Dean.
That's right. The awesomeness that is Dean, because he came out and he looked ready for a fight. He was all business. There was no joking around.
I loved it that he basically neutralized Drew.
Yeah.
That's what a second's supposed to do.
Yes. And he did it with such style.
I mean, all he would have to do is walk up to Drew, and Drew would back the hell off. Because Drew's looking at him like, I don't know what this insane son of a bitch is going to do.
It proves that a lunatic can take out a psychopath any day of the week.
And twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, I mean...
I really didn't pay much attention to the match. I was too busy watching Dean.
Did you have your drool bucket handy?
Yes, I had Cassie with have a towel in her mouth for me.
Oh dear Lord.
But
it's bad enough that we have puke buckets. It's worse when you have someone who actually sits beside you. Here you go. Let me help you wipe the drool off your face. Worse enough than that, it's even worse when you just concentrate on Dean Ambrose and miss out the action that Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler.
It was a good match. I did see some of it. It was a good match. I enjoyed it.
You do need to update your photo, though. You need to have the new look Dean photo.
Yeah, I know I do. I just been too lazy.
Number 1 and number 2, stop lying. You actually just watch Dean every single time. And when he comes up on the screen, you just faint.
I don't faint. I just scream like a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
You're lucky I didn't have that swallow of coffee I was going to take in my mouth when you said that. Because I would.
What was that noise you just made?
I would have spit it out everywhere.
Hey, some of my friends say I have a really high-pitched voice when I hit it. So.
Yeah, you do. But
oh well, I'll take that as a compliment. You know what? The other thing that I can compliment on this match. If this is a sign of things to come for SummerSlam, this might be an all-time SummerSlam. That's the best compliment that I can give to it currently. because even though the match started slow, I see that the fans wanted to get invested, but it's because just the slow start of the match, they can't really get into it. But as time goes by, when the match went on, Rollins and Ziggler turned it up a notch. The fans lit up, and they were really invested into the match. So
they wanted to see. They wanted to see Captain Nobody and Dolph Ziggler lose the title. I mean, his reign, his time with the Intercontinental Championship has been boring, to say the least.
It should have been on Drew.
It should have been.
That's should have been on Drew.
Should have been Drew.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I'll agree on that.
Once Drew breaks off, he's going to be a star. I can't wait for that to happen.
You can see Drew don't like being in the position he's in.
No.
Oh, of course not.
He's half-assing. He's half-assing the role right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's half-assing the role, and he knows that he can do better because he already did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He already proved that to WWE. He did. I didn't come back. I think this is partially some of his punishment for being the shithead he was the first time on the main roster. But come on, that's I hope
years
that
ago.
it's not. I hope that it's not a case, and I hope that this statement that I'm going to make is not the case either. I didn't come back to WWE just to be sidelined and be someone else's side piece or trophy husband.
Kind of similar to someone else on the roster that we'll get into later.
So I know. So in a sense, hopefully this is just where the experiment has been done. Drew McIntyre has been solidified, has been introduced. Let's cut him off from Dolph Ziggler and push him out as a singles wrestler. Let's hope that. Probably so. Hopefully so. Because the guy has proven that he has the chops to do it outside of WWE. So it's improbable for him to actually accept his position and say, "Yeah, I like where I'm at now currently in the WWE card, being a side piece to Dolph Ziggler."
No, I don't think he is at all. Anybody else think that he's happy in his position?
No,
I mean, come on.
because he's worked hard. He worked hard to create this character and everything, and he needs to be able to showcase it more.
Yeah,
Definitely agree.
I mean, but yeah, that was a solid match from beginning to end, even though it did start slow.
This, I think this actually set a very high bar for the rest of the card.
Oh shit, it did.
Yeah, it did. It sets a very high bar for the rest of the roster to try and just top that.
And you didn't think it would happen, but there were matches on that card that topped that match.
Yeah, and you didn't because I'm surprised. I'm amused of it all.
Of course, Dean Ambrose was involved.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose was involved. I don't know why am I saying that, but Dean Ambrose is involved.
But this pay-per-view with this match, the way it started, was, and I'm going to say this.
Sure, go ahead.
Attitude Era-esque.
Ooh.
For a very simple reason that those four, I should say, went to the back and say, "Okay, you sons of bitches, top that."
Yeah.
That's how it was back then, too. The Attitude Era had a lot of stuff that was wrong with it, but creating the in-house rivalry between matches is one thing it was known for. If you were the opening match, you went out there and set the bar as high as you could to make everybody else at least reach that bar. And that's what these guys did.
Yeah.
And set the table because the crowd was hot.
Did the same thing.
The crowd was hot from the moment that match got interesting with Seth and Dolph for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Even in the main event, when the main event came out of Reigns and Lesnar, nobody was leaving.
No.
Like they were at WrestleMania.
Everybody was invested on the whole pay-per-view.
Or Money in the even at Money in the Bank at the main event with Roman Reigns, they were leaving. Not this time. Nobody left until the show was over.
Mm-hmm.
That was why I say Attitude Era-esque.
I see. All right.
Creating
think-
an internal competition amongst the matches.
Mhm.
That's what I like.
Always. Okay. So Rollins and Ziggler set a very high bar. The next matchup we have was for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers.
Explain the finish to me.
The
DQ finish?
Yeah, the DQ finish.
Rowan got hurt. They had to. I think the finish was going to be New Day was going to win, but they
Win clean. I think
they were going to win clean, but Rowan got injured during the match.
Did you see when it happened? I didn't notice it.
I didn't know that. I think it happened when he went through the barricade.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way the other barricade came down on him.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I think that's when it happened because if you see him there, he's really kicking and screaming and he's holding his arm. You can actually see him grabbing his bicep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they went to the DQ finish. They changed. I think the finish was changed at the last moment.
Oh, okay.
Because why would they have a no DQ match Monday night or on Tuesday night? Only to get to, if you look at his arm on Tuesday, Rowan's, he's got one of those heavy supports on and tape on his right arm.
Mm-hmm.
just to help sell the fact or carry him forward. So
Just to help him get through that match, so because he's going in for surgery again.
yes, this is again pretty disappointing.
And
Again.
a lot of people are afraid he's going to get future endeavored after he comes back.
And then
Yep.
and then there's the there's just this funny thought that that I have that you guys are going to literally burn me down if I tell me this.
Mm-hmm.
If Eric Rowan goes out of commission because of the injury, so he has to nurse the injury back to health, Luke Harper is without a tag team partner, correct?
Yes, I know. That's come up too, and it's like,
Mhm.
please, no, we don't need him hooking back up with Bray. No, 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 no. Because they're on two different brands right now.
Bludgeon
No,
brother. Ho 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 ho.
no. Bray's over on Raw, and Harper's over on SmackDown, and keep it that way.
Okay.
But will they?
This is WWE we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can bend the rules when it,
When
makes
it
it easy for them.
conveniences
Yeah,
them.
convenience. That's the word I'm looking for.
Mhm.
But he's proven he can be a compelling character on his own. And his in-ring ability speaks for itself, too. So I would hope that they would give him a chance. But
They're not going to.
I know.
They're not going. Let's hope they're not.
He'll be relegated to catering for the next 6 months.
That's such a waste of talent. It's sad.
Wow.
But
Yeah, that's sad, but with an actual, like I said, and
Well,
like you guys,
the thing about it is that, and I've seen this too. That's people remember him as Brody Lee.
yeah.
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 That's the character they want him to be as a singles wrestler, is Brody Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And WWE is not going to let him be Brody Lee.
Nope.
So,
It's like they won't let Dean Ambrose be John Moxley, which everybody wants.
yep.
See, she
Someone
came back
is-
to Ambrose.
He's too ripped for that now.
He's too ripped for that now.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. That's my understanding anyway. Is that during the match, Harper or Rowan got hurt, and they had to change the finish, and then schedule the no DQ match for Tuesday, so the New Day can go over.
Props to Rowan for going out there on Tuesday, and they still tore the house down.
Yeah, they did.
It was
There's
an
the
injured
best
bicep.
It's not undeniable about that.
Yeah.
It's just that the
Anybody
timing of
who
it.
works with the New Day tears the house down.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they're.
I mean, these guys have been
a year or two ago was just off the
Yeah.
chains.
Yeah, and
And-
New Day is is one of the most consistent acts, if not the most consistent acts on the roster.
And they have the advantage of being able to switch out members.
Yeah.
And
So it keeps it fresh.
And Big E selling the rib injury.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He did. Even at the post match, he did sell it.
Mhm.
Even at the post match, he did sell it.
Uh-oh, I think that's my call to go pick up LL. Hold on,
Okay. So this is live when he got the call. Hello, I had to pick you up. We're just about to finish talking Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. Oh yeah. So yeah, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman.
Squash.
The video
We get
package was longer than the match.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, really?
I shall return in about 20 minutes, guys. I got to run across town, pick up LL, and then come back. Hopefully the show will still be going.
Yes.
And MDS,
Yeah.
if you need to, you know who to contact.
Oh, really? Who?
Never mind. And if I have to tell you, forget it.
All right. I wonder who am I supposed to bring up to the plate this week? I don't think so. I already have a good full house. So anyway, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman.
AA is just sitting there ready to become a lunatic on us. So now that Taker isn't here to police it,
this is my time now. Yes. It's Ambrose Alley's time to shine.
She's unhinged and on the fringe or whatever.
Yeah, she's unhinged.
And on the fringe.
On the fringe of being unhinged. So,
yeah, that's right.
Anyway, getting back to this. Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens. I get it. Strowman is a beast who can run over everyone. I get it. He's a monster of a man. I get it. I get it. But did Kevin Owens really have to endure that type of beatdown, that type of squash, that type of loss to remind everybody that Strowman is an unstoppable badass?
Mm-hmm. It was so
Poor
bizarre.
Kevin
Like
Owens.
internally, I was like, did he get hurt?
I don't think so. I don't think
this is just what I was thinking to myself. Like that couldn't be the match.
It couldn't have.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it was shorter than Braun Strowman's name, so I don't know. When I saw it, it's kind of like, huh? What? Did I just miss something?
Yeah.
Did I blink and miss something?
Yeah, it just happened. Like it flew off the top of your head, and what was that passing? Oh, that was Braun Strowman facing off against Kevin Owens. Oh, really? It just flew off the top of my head. Yeah, it did. I mean, like I said, if that kind of squash match made me go, oh, poor Kevin Owens, did he deserve to get squashed like that? I mean, I feel for the guy. I feel for the guy.
I do too. Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Of course you don't. You just love the violence.
I love the violence, and
There you go.
Strowman brings it.
Strowman brings it. I mean, I'll say this though. Yeah, you solidified Braun Strowman as the unstoppable monster. Good, awesome, great, well done, job done. Thank you. On the other side of the coin, that's the worst use of Kevin Owens imaginable.
Yeah.
Wasted a segment that accomplished just nothing, except for the fact that you built up Braun Strowman to be the monster,
Yeah.
which we all know. Which we all know already.
They had a great stipulation that could build suspense through the match, and they didn't even use it at all. In any way, there was no threat to his briefcase at all. Like, they could have used, him barely almost being counted out, or him barely escaping a disqualification. Like, I don't know. Especially with Kevin Owens, who they like to be, like, the master of mind games, but nothing.
Sure. But in any case, I mean, if it's for me personally, if I want to find the worst match that you can find, this is my pick. Just because it's a throwaway, not because it's a bad match, not because it's just poor. It's just a throwaway segment. It's just that. Just It's just a toss away. Just you can do something better with this. You can do something better with this, and yet you're giving me this. Thank you very much. It's just let's just move on. Let's just move on before I get even more upset than this. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Ooh, the spicy bit that even Taker isn't here to talk about it.
I know. Set the world on fire.
It's still setting the world on fire.
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte versus Carmella in a three-way.
Oh boy, the way you put that.
Yeah. This is the Spice Channel. No.
This is the Spice Channel tonight. Now, this is the time for MDS to actually go. This is Shootin' the Breeze after dark. No, this is not Shootin' the Breeze after dark. This is Shootin' the Breeze in dark. So,
Yeah. Well, it is after midnight where you are, so.
yes, I am opening the can of worms today. I'm opening the can of kinkiness. It was, but honestly, I did not phrase it that way. I did not mean to say it that kind of connotation. It sounded like it does in a three-way. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry, but I'm
threat. No.
I'm raunchy that way. In a sense. I'm kind of sort of offensive in a way, poking me like that. And
Or that, or my mind is just in the cesspool.
all our minds are in the gutter right now. So.
I'm not in the gutter. I'm in the cesspool.
Oh, you're in the cesspool. I'm in the gutter. But in any case, the match that proves to be the small match that set the world on fire. Match itself was excellent. I have to say, the match itself was excellent. I would like to touch up the point that they play to the strengths of each of the individual talents that they have, especially for Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Surprises as surprises, Carmella was not in the way, even though we always say in the show that Carmella was the weakest link of the three.
No.
Surprisingly, Carmella usually isn't in the way. She's not there.
She was more than serviceable, I think.
Yeah, she was more than serviceable, which is a good thing. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Great.
Her trash talking during this match was awesome. I loved it. When she did the flare strut, I think. And then she did the Becky dance, like her hair flip.
Mm-hmm. That was just tweet, 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 tweet.
Yeah.
I'm poking you. Hit me back. Oh, I deserve that.
Excellent healing there. Excellent
healing. But yeah, it's fun. Especially for the two, Lynch and Charlotte. They, of course, we know their body of work. We know when these two performers ham it up in the ring, these two bring an excellence to their matches on the table. So, result, entertaining match that never felt like it kind of sort of dragged on. It never felt that. It never felt that it dragged on. It never felt that it was too long.
Yeah.
And before I cross on my other points on the notes, anyone else want to add on this one?
Well, it was entertaining and everything, and even though I'm unhappy that Charlotte got the belt, I'm happy it's off Carmella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Angel?
I liked it. It was a great. I guess not great, but it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
The finish is pretty much what I was expecting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Where Becky was gonna be about to win, and then here comes Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I don't mind Charlotte winning as much as some people, but I can't believe she's already been champion 7 times. That's just
I can't believe that's just
They did all the hot potatoing with the Raw title with Sasha.
The hot potatoing,
and she got 2 title reigns for 1 when they switched from the Divas to the Women's Championship. So it's just like, I don't know if they're just trying to get her to 16 as quick as possible because they're working on it.
Oh God,
she's gonna pass up Cena soon.
She's gonna be legitimately pissed if they're making that kind of comparison. She's a 16-time women's champion, just like her father. Because of
I forget who it was that was facing Flair one time in
Mhm.
one of his feuds. I just can't remember who it was, but yeah, you were champion 16 times. That means you lost the title 16 times.
Technically speaking, he lost the title 15 times.
Yeah,
but
15
okay.
times. Yeah.
But it's okay. So,
Yeah, the first one. That's right. But
this one. Yep. Yeah. So but
anyway,
yeah, it was a great booking. It was a better than
Yeah.
expected match. Hot crowd. As always,
Mhm.
I love the crowd. The hot crowd helped earn this one.
it was definitely
Earn this
hot.
one. It's high. It's really high grade or really high points for me.
Mhm.
Here's my good take on it. Here's my excellent take on it. Actually, some people might get pissed. I don't care. This is my opinion anyway.
It's your
The
show.
thing, the thing that everybody is pissed off at. Thank God, finally Becky Lynch turned heel. The heel turn from Lynch was everything I wanted out of the Sasha Banks Bayley storyline, but I was robbed of it. This is everything I wanted. I love it. Thank you,
It's
God
great
of-
storytelling, I think,
Yeah.
as well.
Thank you, God of Wrestling, for giving me this. This is my reward for you punishing me in the breakfast special. Thank you. There's a God again. Thank you. I mean, the story, yeah, and like you said, it's excellent storytelling. Becky Lynch
Yeah.
got the chance to actually win a SmackDown, win a title after so long.
Mhm.
Face off against one-on-one against Carmella at SummerSlam. Got screwed over with the introduction of Charlotte. She just waltzed back into SmackDown. Is okay. I want to fight in this match too. Okay, Paige says, what you want, you get. You have to earn it first. Fight in the match. Okay, she fought the match. She won the match. So that one-on-one match on SummerSlam turned into a triple threat match on SummerSlam. Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Carmella. Of course, Becky Lynch is going to be pissed because this is another person that cut into line just when I wanted to reach for the title, and you had to step into and you have to step ahead of me. So she was essentially gifted an opportunity to compete at SummerSlam.
Mhm.
Charlotte essentially just got it on a silver platter. So what else would Becky Lynch want to do? Congratulate her friend? Congratulate her supposed friend who cut it in front of her because of Charlotte winning the title off of Carmella? Sure, that could happen if you were insane. I mean, think of it this way. How would you react if your best friend cut into line? If you're a guy, basically, your best friend cock blocked you into this hot chick you want to bang. You're gonna be pissed. You're not gonna say, "Congratulations, you banged her."
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Especially if you were about to seal the deal.
Yeah, especially about when you were about to seal the deal.
Uh-huh.
Same goes to here. You got the title opportunity. You were so close. All you need to do is beat Carmella, and suddenly Charlotte comes back into the picture. The only logical conclusion, the only logical result, especially when Charlotte won, you snap.
Yeah.
That's my title shot. That's my opportunity. You took it away. You basically took it. I mean, sure. In my opinion, anyway, Charlotte should have come later.
Mhm.
The reintroduction of Charlotte should have come later. Imagine the reaction. Imagine the response when you have that one-on-one title match on SummerSlam, where Becky Lynch carries Carmella on a one-on-one and wins the title off of Carmella. Becky Lynch, after 1.5 years or maybe 2, finally got the SmackDown title again. All the time she's got screwed, all the time she's gotten sidelined, all of the time she's gotten shafted, that was the moment for her to get that title. That was the pièce de résistance, in a sense. That was her crowning moment. And, of course, probably after SummerSlam, this week's SmackDown perhaps, Charlotte comes back, returns. I want to fight you. because that title means to me what it means so much to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that title proves that I'm not just a Flair. I'm not just in a name. I'm a superior athlete. I'm better than you. That's why I need to beat you, because I need to prove it to you that I'm better than you. And that title signifies everything to me. That would have been an excellent story to tell. Oh no, okay. You got the triples right. And basically people are wishing that please don't turn Becky heel. Please don't turn Becky heel. How the hell is she going to react when Charlotte wins it? Congratulations, Charlotte, you win. Congratulations, Charlotte, you win. Poor old me getting screwed up an umpteenth time, getting screwed out from an opportunity for God knows how many times. Of course I'm going to snap. There's no rhyme or reason for me not going to snap.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been it could have been another kind of story altogether. It's not a better story. I'm just putting it out there. It's just another, storyline match that you can go through. I mean, introducing Charlotte later or introducing Charlotte now. So
See, I do like it better on the contrarian point. That
I mean,
it gave Becky more of a character instead of just being, she's a great face, but she needed some more depth to her character, and they gave it to her finally.
Yep.
And we have seen this kind of heel turn before. People don't seem to think not so much, but it's happened. And I don't know. At the moment, it just felt like she had this huge elephant on her chest, and she lifted it off when she threw, Charlotte through that barricade.
I agree. I mean, she actually teased that she's fine by hugging her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She teased it. Oh, I'm fine. I'm gonna hug you. Yeah. No, I'm not.
Hug it out. Yeah.
Hug it out. No, I'm not. Fuck you. Very good. I mean, like I said, that's just my opinion. I like it. I like the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the whole she needs to evolve, not just because of the whole argument that she needs to change her character or she needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to change, basically. That's not I don't base my opinions just because of the sole fact that she changed. It's just that she needs to she needs to
evolve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's the word.
Move forward.
Adapt.
She needs to move. Yeah, she needs to adapt. She needs to move forward. She needs to
just happened. So you've got to, give it time.
The funniest argument is that it's not a month already. It's already been a week, and people say Becky Lynch as a heel failed. Sorry, change her back to face. I know the fact that when she came out, people were cheering for her. I listened to that. Yeah, people were still cheering for her because it's not because she's a face. It's because they believe that what Becky Lynch did was right.
Yeah. And the rules and bylaws of heels and faces just not the same anymore. So
yeah, it's not the same anymore.
It's
hard for me to say that. It's hard for me to say either like Seth Rollins is a heel, Dolph Ziggler is a babyface. It's hard because I don't have the points. I don't have the logical arguments to prove to the fact that Seth Rollins is a heel, Dolph Ziggler is a babyface. I don't.
Well, there's a perfect comparison is like you mentioned earlier from Takeover with Adam Cole. He's the absolute heel of the match, but he's still getting cheered. So, and it's not because they don't like Ricochet; they just like both. That's just kind of how it is now. So,
yeah. I hate to argue against the fact that some people view her as the uber babyface. She's perpetually a babyface in my eyes. I mean, personally wise, I love Becky Lynch. I'm one of her biggest fans, and not because of her not because of her character in ring. It's just because of her body of work and her as a person.
Yeah.
She
has an addictive personality.
Yeah. She has.
Well,
she has
more
a
so
magnetic
that you just feel for her. Not so much. Yeah, magnetic is probably a better word.
She has a magnetic personality that you can't help but just root for her. Even though she just turned heel, I find myself just, you go, Becky Lynch. Tell her, tell Charlotte how you feel.
It's telling a story of the common man. Like, oh, this person has all the legacy. They have all the shortcuts, and I've been working hard. It's got me nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the common man versus the privileged man.
Yeah. It's the story. A story old as time with Ric Flair. I mean,
you have the better opportunity. I don't.
Yeah.
And you have the better opportunity. I don't. I want that opportunity. When that opportunity is handed to me now, you just waltz in and just stand in front of me and take it. That's not fair on my end. I mean, sure, Charlotte also has a good point and a good argument. You're arguing because I won the title? Yeah. Because you stepped in, practically took away the opportunity for her, failed to see it from Becky Lynch's standpoint. And she comes out doing the promo that the post promo that she said that when they were driving to the arena and Barclays Arena, and Becky was telling, they were asking themselves, what would they do if they aren't wrestling? And Becky Lynch comes out with an excellent point, saying, "You're a Flair, so you're going to do just fine." She dared, and she gets insulted just because of that. Because she comes out with saying, "Oh, I don't work my butt off because I'm a Flair. I deserve that title." Yeah, of course, true, understandable. Charlotte totally deserved the title. Totally deserved the title opportunity because she fought for it. Yeah, okay, of course, true. But the only thing that I think, in my opinion, the only thing that she failed to notice is what's going on Becky Lynch's shoes. What's on her side of the perspective. How would you feel? And I think Charlotte failed that. And to me, I think this is excellent storytelling. Yeah. Awesome. And yes, I've waxed lyrical on this way too much. So, basically speaking, I love the match. I love the SmackDown Women's Championship match, triple threat. I love
the match was really good.
Yeah, the match was really good. The post-match, what happened afterwards, was really excellent in my opinion. Great booking, better than expected match. Like I said, I enjoyed it. So yeah, I'll end with that. Because
too bad Taker's not here. I'm sure he has a strong point to make on it.
Yeah, he has. Too bad. Okay,
that's what he gets for being married.
Hey, I'm getting married.
Not yet. Oh yeah. You're not married yet.
In a year. In a year.
Has that been officially announced on the show?
No, I haven't. I actually wanted to action.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can make an official announcement later. But
I already made it on Twitter, but it's okay.
Oh,
I mean, let's quickly move on.
Yeah.
I'll tell it on a better note on the end. But anyways, the WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Much like,
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. But I think, in my comparison, I think this had a little bit of the New Day treatment as well. Because much like the New Day match earlier on with the Bludgeon Brothers, this would have been better with an actual finish. This would have been much, much better with clean finish, I think.
I disagree.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
the way
lay it out. Lay it out. Lay the plan. Lay the cards on the table.
I think that for sure the tag match should have had a clean finish. I agree with you there. This match, the story that they're telling, is very personal, which is what Joe does. And what he said, I don't think there was a person in that arena that wasn't like, oh my God, if that was me, I would just beat the you-know-what out of him.
Yeah.
And
you beat the living crap out of him.
AJ just totally snapped.
Yes,
and I think that's okay.
True.
Because
What would you?
It doesn't have to end after one match. You know, it doesn't always have to be clean. Like some of the ways that they do schmoz finishes can get really frustrating. But I think this is where the situation called for it to continue to make a series out of it. And I don't know if they'd ever give Joe the title, but it shows. I don't know. There was a lot of depth to the story here, and their the match itself was a clinic on in-ring psychology.
Yes.
So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
and maybe probably Samoa Joe's best main roster match thus far.
Oh, I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm more surprised that AA isn't really saying anything because this has blood on it.
Yeah.
I mean, is she still here? You there?
That gut-wrenching scene after when AJ's holding his kid and she's like, "Daddy, you're bleeding." Ah!
Oh,
How is there a dry eye in the world after that?
oh,
Daddy,
that
you're
was
bleeding.
that was just heart-wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
My God. I mean, it had everything. It had in-ring. Like, I agree. I can agree with that. You're either on that.
Yeah.
One. It had in-ring. It had excellent in-ring psychology. It had a great amount of storytelling. It had a great amount of action. Imagery was on point. Totally on point. Sure, some people might argue that they're rehashing back the old TNA storyline again. Well, my argument is that if it works.
Mm-hmm.
If it works and these two guys delivered on it, why not? Why can't it not be an excellent piece? Which they actually did prove it to us right here, right now.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, right?
You know what else we had?
What?
An Ushigoroshi.
Okay, to those of you who don't know, to those of you who might not know what an Ushigoroshi is, it's basically literally just calf killer.
Yeah.
It's just literally calf killer. And yes, I hate to say this, but I think Tomohiro Ishii did hi.
Hello.
I'm back, obviously.
Yeah, and you're back. Hi, welcome back.
I guess I missed,
And special guest.
I guess I missed the whole Becky thing, huh?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Bye.
Hi, LL.
I mean, okay, to those of you who don't know, Ushigoroshi is literally calf killer or whatever. Or something along that line. Something similar along that line. Japanese has three phonetic ways of saying that. Maybe Ushigoroshi means something else. I don't know. I know Ushi is cow or calf, whichever one, because I know that. Because, like I said, trust me, because we learned three different phonetic languages.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's three ways of saying one thing. So that's that. But in any case, yeah.
Guys have to make things so difficult.
I don't know why. But in any case, I was saying that Tomohiro Ishii might have done a better Ushigoroshi this year. So might have, because I watched a lot of G1s and I know that he did. He's actually a good deliverer of Ushigoroshis, but he did an excellent one back in G1. So I think I'm more biased on that one. But anyway, I find it hard not to nitpick on this match alone because of the whole storyline that they brought. Because, like I said, the nitpick that I have was that because it was a schmaz finish. Because it would have been even better with an actual finish. But I know that's a weak argument and all.
I wouldn't call it a schmaz, though.
No.
Yeah, I think Taker would back me on this. That
a schmaz is multiple people running in.
Ah, okay.
Outside interference is a schmaz. And there was none. What I saw happen with this match is that Joe made the last comment about Wendy and the family, and he took a chair and beat the shit out of him with it. That's why he was disqualified.
What man in that arena wouldn't have done the same thing?
Yeah, like I said, what man in the
that's
arena
why
would not
I
have
loved
done
it.
the same?
It's one of the few ways to
played to
really
your
make a disqualification work.
Yeah, it played to your emotion. It played to your
Mhm.
moral in a sense as well. It played
Mhm.
to you as a person as well.
It's
which
a
is
line.
excellent.
It's a line that shouldn't have been crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
But Joe did.
who wasn't uncomfortable in that situation?
Yes. Who wasn't?
I
And that
mean-
was good story. And I think on this end, I think I can defend and say that I defend it and say that this is just excellent storytelling.
Mhm.
It is, but I was there. My first words were, "You son of a
Holy-
bitch! You did
Yeah.
not go there."
Yeah. Everyone would say that. You son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
Should not have gone there. You should not have. You should not have stepped across the line. You deserve what you got. But
Mhm.
then you step back and think, wow, that was just wow.
And all this is basically a rehash of the 2005 storyline between Joe and AJ Styles from TNA.
Yeah, which was
Mhm.
excellent. Which was excellent. I defended it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that they also had unprotected chair shots to the head back then too.
Yeah. True, but at least this one only has that unprotected, those kind of chair shots at the end of it, because when Styles snapped. So.
No, they don't have headshots in WWE anymore.
Mm.
They don't hit chairs to the head anymore.
Mhm.
Not since Mick Foley, and how many was it AA that he took? 13 or 14 while he was handcuffed to the
I
head?
think it was 13.
Something like that.
13 or 14.
And Vince finally put a stop to it after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
In front of his kids too.
Mhm.
Stop!
Front of his wife
Make
and
it
kids.
Name of the law.
Yeah.
No, not stop in the name of the law.
I quit. I quit.
Oh yeah. that was yeah.
That was
Oh.
Rock and Mankind.
Yep.
That was the Rock and Mankind. I quit. But like I said, this was just excellent. This was just awesome. It was awesome. The ending. I'll get bashed in this because I nitpick quite a lot. But like I said, it could have been worked even better with a clean finish. But I liked it. I liked the whole match and the whole storyline ways. It played on Styles' inability to control his emotions and Joe being manipulative. So as it should. Continue on. Keep going. I like.
I want to go back because I missed. I want to. I have a lot to say about the whole Becky thing.
Okay.
You know, I sorry guys, I wasn't here. Sorry, we're backtracking.
That's okay. We need to take your monologue here.
Yeah, we need to take your monologue because I already did.
Cut us a promo, Taker.
The thing is this. I said it last week and I'll say it again. The match ending was what I called. Becky eating the pin. Carmella was basically had been, taken out by Becky, but Charlotte took the win and Becky ate the pin as usual.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing left on the bone for babyface Becky. That character is dead and dusted. Dead. D-E-A-D, dead on arrival in the morgue. Everybody's bitching. It ain't working. The heel turn ain't working. The heel turn ain't working. It's only been a goddamn week. It's gonna take time. Other questions. Why are they turning the most over babyface? Some of the greatest heels have been the most over babyfaces. Prime example, Taker, The Undertaker, when he was Biker Taker, when he became Booger Red in Jim Ross's eyes.
Oh, more. I can give you more examples.
Rocky
Rocky Maivia.
Maivia joining the Nation of Domination when he came back and becoming The Rock,
Mm-hmm.
becoming the biggest prick on the roster. Well, it's time for Becky to stand up for herself and flip the world off and say, the fans, you guys support me and everything, but when I really needed you to do something for me, which you said on Monday, you didn't do shit. She ran down the fans. Yes, they cut it off the YouTube highlights. So what? It's still out there and it'll be on the
network,
plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's thinking, WWE is turning into the Skid. No, they're not. WWE is going to do what they want with this. Becky is a company woman, just like Roman Reigns is a company man. She'll do what is asked of her. She'll do what she's told. Why? Because she's good. We all know this. She's going to be a great heel. People, ladies and gentlemen, just accept the fact and let time decide. Give it time.
Mhm.
That's all they need to do. Give it time. You want to get her over solid as a heel? Have her beat the shit out of Naomi next week when she defeats Billie Kay
Mhm.
in a match Tuesday night. Have her start doing random run-ins on face matches and taking out the faces. That's all it's going to take. I am so sick of the Bailey. Becky is the most over babyface. Maybe she is. Charlotte should turn heel. Charlotte sucks as a face. Charlotte this. Charlotte's a Flair. She needs to be a heel like her dad. I've heard all these arguments. No.
Mhm.
There is no meat left on the bone for Becky as a face.
Do they want her like Bailey?
Look at Bailey. Do you want her to be like Bailey? Relegated to sidekick of Sasha Banks in a tag team?
Bailey used to be the most over face.
Bailey was more over as a face than Becky ever thought of being at one point. And now she is nothing. Is that what you guys want? Because it sure to hell ain't what I want. And that's it.
When I say, tell us how you really feel, Taker. This is exactly it.
Charlotte first turned on Becky.
I mean, LL's in the background hollering about it. That's how she's the same way. She's like, Becky needs this. Becky needs this heel run. When she does come back to face, she'll even be more over.
Bailey needs
Yeah, and I think Taker missed our portion, but what we were kind of saying is she needed this for her character to evolve, to add some depth that she was just missing. There was a part of her that she was the white meat, whatever. But
pure red babyface.
She needed some extra level to her character that she didn't have, and they gave it to her, and that's why it was such a welcome sight, at least to me. So,
well, look at this. Look at this. How many times has Charlotte stabbed Becky in the back? Okay. Well, maybe Becky's like, I'm going to stab you in the back, you bitch, before you stab me in the back again. And technically, Charlotte stabbed her in the back anyway because she pinned her in the match.
If she would have pinned Carmella,
Kind of like a poignant literal point of view, but yeah.
It would have been better. It would have been better had Charlotte pinned Carmella. I think the crowd would have, but I understand why they had her pin Becky. They needed a catalyst for her to snap, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I've already said my piece in a 4 minute long point of view on what is going on. But yeah, I think it in a more stark kind of way. This is exactly the point.
Zed, I understand where you're coming from. Okay, I completely understand, but the opportunity for the more intense Becky Lynch face left 3 months ago. Right now, the way they're portraying Becky is she is obsessed with winning the title. Isn't that what most heels are about? They can give I'm going to say this, 0 fucks given on anything else.
Yeah,
they will step on everybody.
It's because there's that search for power, that need.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Becky is clamoring to right now. She has made the left turn down the dark side street. Let her go. Let her go down that road. Let her show us how deep she can be with her character. It's going to add more to her character in the end than she has now. She can still be over. She can still get all the cheers because in WWE's lexicon, any reaction is a good reaction, positive or negative. We've seen that with Roman Reigns. They have forced Roman Reigns down us as a face. Some of us have said turn him heel. Others have said, nope, leave him alone.
Another 6
And the thing about it is that he gets a reaction, both positive and negative. And he just recently did something that no one ever thought would happen. He just overtook John Cena as a #1 merch mover in the company. That says something.
It's when you get very little reaction.
So let's just let this play out.
I mean, I'm agreeing. Just give it time.
That's what I keep saying. Give it time.
Well, both of us always say, give new things time. Sometimes you might hate it in the beginning, but
Change
know.
is hard for a lot of people.
because you're used to, like I said, I think it's understandable. You're used to the you're used to the regular. You're used to the routine. You're used to the usual, the normality of things. So
The normal thing for Becky is to be the sidekick of Charlotte, nothing more. And everybody's happy with that. Everybody, they want her to have the title, but they don't care. They don't mind that she's a sidekick. And she's been made irrelevant. Her being attached to Charlotte at the hip for so long has made her irrelevant. She has made herself relevant again. Look what we've been talking about for the last week. It's been Becky all day, every day for the last week. Why? Because of this turn. That's what it's about.
It's a fantastic story too.
It is.
And I don't know why people aren't seeing it.
The question I have is, here's the question that everybody needs to ask. And here's the question that's being asked. How far down the road on the dark side is Becky willing to go to get what she wants? Is she willing to squash, to destroy everybody? Or is she going to stop at some point?
Yeah.
I think right now what she needs to do is basically burn all bridges with everybody to really solidify her career. That's both face and heel.
Although I did point out
she has no backup at all. Nobody will, she walks in and everybody just looks at her and goes, "Oh, you," and walks away. Be it face or heel. And ladies and gentlemen, if you noticed on Tuesday night when they did the pull apart, the heel side of the roster was pulling and trying to hold back who? Becky Lynch. All the heels were holding Becky Lynch back. So the lines have been drawn. The lines were drawn. And until you guys accept it and stop whining about it, it's you're going to say it ain't right, it ain't right, it ain't right. It is right. There was nothing left on the bone for as Becky Lynch to white meat, purebred, poly purebred, sweet babyface. There was nothing.
Be my Valentine. Sorry.
Right.
What was it? What was that I get it from?
That's from Underdog.
Simon Bar Sinister.
Yes. Simon Bar Sinister. Be my Valentine.
Oh, okay. Okay. But
and over the next 6 to 8 months, they could build the redemption story from there. Everybody would say this is the redemption story. Our redemption from what? What was the redemption? No one has been able to answer that question. No one. No one's answered that question satisfactorily.
Interesting.
Charlotte was gone. She did great.
Wait. Again, please don't take this as kind of like gospel or facts of the matter.
It's just my opinion.
I mean, I can see the point as to why you wish to keep Becky as a face, and I've already said that. I already said my piece earlier on, but give it time. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you don't. Probably in a month's time, you're still going to dislike the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's what for sure this panel can agree on is give it time.
That's what I keep saying. Give it time.
Hell, I was the one who was still backing up with Matt Hardy. Give it time. He has just come back. he will reintroduce the whole broken persona sooner or later. Not sooner or later. Soon.
And
Give
he
it
did.
time. And he
And
did.
He was almost doing it anyway.
Yeah, and he was almost doing it anyway.
Yeah.
He was just testing the waters, giving it time
Yeah.
and whatnot, just to get used to the whole thing, and then bang, turn him to a broken persona. Sure, what happened afterwards was lackluster, but didn't he change? Yes, he did. So, when you guys ask for it, when people are asking for him to show the broken persona, give it time. Give it time. Don't rush into it. The excitement, the build-up of the excitement is what keeps us on edge on something. It's what keeps people like me, who loves to play games by pre-order games, getting hyped up over any kind of game, and then suddenly gets excited over when the game actually is good, or get angry when the game actually sucks. So, that. In any case,
I'm sorry. I am sorry that we went backwards a little bit, but I had to say what I had.
you had a bone to pick. Basically.
Yeah, I did. I had a bone. I came back with a bone in my mouth. Like, it's time. That's why when I came back and I heard you were talking about AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, I'm like, shit, I missed it.
Yeah.
We're going to revisit that one because it's my show. Damn it, I am the main host.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, after the whole thing, you know what the other match that I like based on storytelling is?
What?
Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Get it out of your system. You already tortured me on the Adam Cole.
You're letting him go from this Becky rant right into the Miz?
Yes.
Yep.
Unleash the beast.
Or unleash the Mizzenins.
Because it's awesome.
Oh.
Fight me.
Oh, glorious God, thank you. I don't know how to praise you more. This is such a coincidence that I'm landing this. This is all the reward for me sitting in the breakfast special. Oh, this is so beautiful.
However,
What?
Miz and Daniel Bryan had a good match. One thing I give him props when he is good. And
Yeah,
you
okay.
know that, and I've done it.
I know, yes.
And what I was saying on Thursday, I'll try to remember, but I'll try to say it again, that, yeah, Miz put on a good match. Miz was selling when he had to, and I don't know if anyone else noted, but did you see how red Miz's chest got?
Yes. Miz took a
That was some
hellish
hard
beating.
hitting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hard.
he took
And
one hell of a
what's
beating.
the old expression in the business? You hit your friends harder.
Yep.
Yes. So basically, you're saying that these two guys are actual friends outside
They're
of
actually friends outside of this. I'm sure of
it?
it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could absolutely believe
I
that.
mean,
for
because
sure.
you know,
I mean,
only
Taker,
friends.
Taker.
Only friends. Hold on. Only
Okay.
friends can talk the kind of shit that they were that Miz and Daniel Bryan have been saying about one another.
Yeah, number one. Number two, Taker, come on. Who do you trust more when you want to put an excellent match, if not one of your closest friends? Who do you trust more when you
Look at
want
the
to
matches,
sell?
okay.
When you want to sell something, when you want to sell a move or make a really good move look believably painful, if not
Look
your
at the
friend.
matches. Look at the series of matches Triple H and Shawn Michaels had after he came back.
Oof, some of them were brutal.
Oh, those were the first.
I
one
mean,
especially.
I mean, those guys bled on the table together.
Mhm.
Yep. And
As
they
it-
literally beat the shit out of each other.
Hey. I mean, here, I'll wrap it as quickly as I can on this one. Miz took a hell of a beating. Obviously, if you didn't see, he was clearly bruised following the win. So, yeah. Bryan, on the other hand, did a fantastic job of really being the comeback babyface that he is, selling off to The Miz and building crowd support as the match went on. Like Taker said, credit where credit is due. The Miz did an excellent job at...
I just didn't like the finish.
Yeah, of course we didn't really like the finish because it was obvious when Miz approached Maurice before the match. she would have.
I knew she was going to be involved. I knew
Yeah,
it.
she's going to be involved. When before the match, Miz just went up to Maurice. You just know that.
Way to tell. Way to
Way to tease it.
way to
Way to tease
telegraph
it.
your finish there, WWE.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, well, I wonder. But she also
what?
followed. She also followed one of the rules of Bobby Heenan.
Yes.
Rule number 3: passing foreign objects without being seen.
Yep.
She followed rule number 3 to the letter.
Her inclusion was effective. If not,
I
like it. I like it. It was
I like Maurice. When Maurice is around, The Miz is just that much better.
Oh yeah,
and
that's true. That's
a lot of the valet situation with wrestlers is an older kind of thing, but the way they use it is great.
Yeah, I like the fact that now valets are being used more effectively.
Yeah,
if not put into the limelight a lot more.
And
At least they're
Maurice
being used.
Just birthed a baby a few months ago, is now getting back in the ring. And
that is badass.
A month.
She just gave birth like what? Literally a month.
Literally
5 months or more. 5 months or so.
5 or 6 months ago. Yeah.
And then suddenly she has to jump into the ring. Just a badass.
But man, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. Tuesday night, that whole promo war between Miz and Daniel Bryan, and then Brie comes out and punches Miz in the face. Miz sold it wonderfully.
Yeah, because technically speaking, I think it was Brie was trying to find Maurice. Can't find Maurice. Okay, slap, punch Miz. Kudos. Done. Yeah, kudos on them. Kudos on them for saying that one on SmackDown. But yeah, that one was awesome. But in any case, this was awesome. This was Ambrose AA did say it. This was every bit as awesome as it is. No pun intended, even if some of them were. I don't. I'm not disagreeing on the fact that the finish should have been the other way round, but at least it allows the program to continue. And for I think in the long run, I think in my opinion, anyways, that Bryan will remain with WWE for the foreseeable future. Just keeping sure on that one. Just making, just letting him be used in that capacity for as long as it takes. So, and I like that.
This feud is nowhere near done.
No, I hate to say it, but no.
Okay, I got one nitpick on the Styles Joe match.
Oh, okay. One nitpick.
I forgot to mention.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a blood feud, right?
Yep.
And I agree with George. Don't start it with a goddamn lockup. A test of strength. You don't do that in a blood feud.
Okay. It is a nitpick.
Hey, how many blood feuds did John Moxley have that started out in a lockup that you can remember?
Maybe one.
Rest of the time they come out to start punching on each other, right?
Yep.
Even before the bell rings, they're beating on each other, right?
Yep. Even in RMP, when they have a blood feud going on, they start before the bell rings.
There's no such thing as a lockup in a blood feud.
No.
Hey, WWE, get that through your skulls. You don't start blood feud matches with a goddamn lockup.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll accept that as a nitpick because it is a nitpick.
It's the truth.
It is. It is a good nitpick.
Prime example. I have seen from start to finish, and it's nowhere on YouTube or nowhere. I remember seeing it twice in my life. The cage match from Chicago Soldier Field between the Blackjack Lanza, Blackjack Mulligan. That was almost empty when I got home.
Okay.
And with Bobby Heenan versus Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher in a cage. It was a brawl. It was a fight, a literal fight. They gave it lock up hell. They just started pounding on each other.
That means I gotta get sick.
Fists were flying. Period.
Yeah.
That's how a blood feud works.
Yes, I agree. Well, in any case, going back to the whole thing, Miz, Dana Bryan, awesome match, great match, good.
That match didn't start with a lockup, did it?
No, it didn't.
Most
Okay.
certainly not.
Most certainly not. Okay. We earlier on we had a kind of like a squash match done in a way.
Oh,
You know
Braun KO.
Yeah, Braun KO.
Where are my cigarettes?
Madeline's right. I think KO was concussed in that match.
Yeah. I mean, I already told you. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, go on. No, I feel bad for Kevin Owens. Just bad. But okay, how do you do a squash match done right? Any answer? No.
Only thing that should have happened is Braun just picked up Kevin Owens, power slammed him to the mat. 1, 2, 3, match over.
Well, that was one thing. My answer for that is how do you do a squash match done right? Apparently, introduce Finn Balor as the Demon King again.
Which I said I asked the question last week at the panel, and
Everybody said no.
Everybody said no except for me.
Yeah, okay, you got it right.
But
You
But
was
it wasn't my call. I'm going to give credit to who put the thought in my head.
Ooh.
Legends Lover brought that up to me.
You're right. Okay.
Yes.
Good call.
She said,
Yes.
she asked me, do you think we'll see the demon? And I kind of looked at her and I nodded my head slowly.
I got a demon will come out.
And sure enough, the demon came out.
Yeah.
Corbin looking like he was about to shit his pants. Was
Yes.
He,
fantastic.
oh my God, he sold brilliantly.
He's old it. He's like, oh my God, what have I done? I mean,
What did I do to deserve this shit?
Yeah.
This guy?
what did I do to deserve this kind of crap? Oh
Uh-huh.
no! I mean, talk about poking the beehive right in the nest. This is the literal definition of it. Finn Balor comes out as the demon, which surprised me. Number one, number two, which I love. Great, they're back. This is exactly how you do Demon King.
Just have him show up.
Yeah, just have him show up.
Don't advertise it. Just
Yeah,
have
This
him
is-
appear from nowhere.
Have I mean, I know I'm nitpicking too much on this one because he appeared, bling, the demon comes out. So
when the
this
lights
is
went out,
exactly.
when the
Yeah.
lights went out, it just electricity just went. Anyone that was watching it, you could just feel
Yeah.
it.
You just feel it when the lights go out.
When
Yeah.
the
Oh
lights
my
went out and
God.
we got the red sky.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting there watching it on my computer at work, and I got instant chills. I'm like, son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Same.
Even though I knew even though I had seen all the results and everything like that,
Uh-huh.
I was like, holy shit. Because it's
I mean,
been over, it's been over a year.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
he's only done it at SummerSlam. Is that?
No,
I think the last one he did was
was the Rollins match for the belt.
yeah.
The last time
Rollins
he
match
was
for the
Demon
belt.
King at SummerSlam.
Yeah, of course. Last year's SummerSlam. So.
No,
No, it was
Wait,
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2
Remember,
years?
he got injured.
Oh,
show.
okay.
Brock
But yeah.
Lesnar was the Universal Champion last year.
Yes.
Hey, no, we'll come to that in a bit.
But
So,
I did anybody notice the subtle change that he made on the Demon King character?
he's sticking out his tongue more.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's different.
Well, it went with his body art too.
but
Yeah,
that
it went
has,
for body art too.
I don't
but-
think that has anything to do with it.
No.
But I think it stemmed off from a rumor that says that somebody said to Balor that you should stick out your tongue more.
Yeah, that's it. But
Mm-hmm.
what a way to play with it.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm about to say, and I said this Thursday. And MBS, if you listen, you know exactly where I'm going.
I know.
Every time Finn has said on more than one occasion, every time he brings out the Demon King, he loses a bit of himself and his soul, right or wrong.
Right.
This is
So
the
the tongue thing now is, his overuse of his excessive use of the tongue is the Demon King taking another piece of him. What he needs to learn now is the red mist. And
Take
add
a lesson.
that to the next time he comes out.
Take a lesson from the Great Muta, or better, Asuka. Maybe, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
you know what I'm saying? Bring that up the next time, or
Yeah.
within the next 2 or 3 times that character comes out.
Yeah, maybe, sure. I
You
mean, I'll fly back on this one in a little bit because the storyline, the analysis of it all says it's Corbin spent weeks
I
crafting.
sent a tweet at Finn Balor about it. And he says he's got it. He's taking it under advisement.
Okay,
He likes the idea.
really?
He loses a part of himself every time he brings it out. Why not?
We need proof on this one. We'll discuss this on screen, off screen, because
It was
if WWE
direct
finds out,
message.
okay, if WWE finds out that you actually directly influence him to do it, oh, this is gonna get spicy.
I'll just be marking out like crazy if he does it.
He did, maybe, and then suddenly Finn Balor comes into your DMs. Hey, dude, thanks for the advice.
Because you know as well as I do, the crowd will go absolutely batshit out of their mind if that happened.
hmm I mean, like I said, I'll do the quick analysis on this one. Corbin spent weeks shitting on Balor for his size. I big man, you small man. I squish small man. Ha 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 ha. Especially when you have the authority angle beside you after the new haircut that he has. But when the
Which sure should have been a match for his hair, but that's another thing.
I know that's another story for another time. Already has been hashed out. So,
Yes.
but when Finn Balor stepped through the curtain as the demon, holy shit! No jokes to be made, no insults to be hurled.
Balor or
Corbin
was
turned
terrified.
from confident to terrified in a flash.
This is not what I signed up for.
Yep, this is not what I signed for. This is not what the authority tells me that I'm going to face. They was saying that I'm supposed to be facing Cookie Finn Balor with the rainbow pants, not this kind of Finn Balor. No.
LL is of the. She was so happy to see Finn Balor wipe the floor with Corbin's ass.
Yes. Like simple storytelling. Wrestling is simple. We all say it always. Simple storytelling, suitable and fan-pleasing finish. Exactly what I needed on this one. Exactly what I needed on this one. I just love it. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
they did everything right here.
Yeah, they even reintroduced the Demon King, right? So that's awesome.
Yes.
I love the little subtleties, like the different, Titantron when he
Mhm.
comes out. It's more dark and
It
sinister.
It also starts out with the heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yes. It starts with
So-
the heartbeat each and every time the Demon King comes out. That's the heartbeat
Mhm.
for it. So
Once you
there's
hear that, once the crowd heard that,
oh, they just
they
Yeah.
lost. They
bonkers.
totally lost their shit.
yeah, they went bonkers. They just, oh
Mhm.
my god, Demon King coming back? Oh no! But in any case, from that one to from that excellent one to probably quite an average one, a United States Championship match with Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Jeff Hardy looks like a broken and beaten man. It's really rough
He
to
did.
see.
He did.
I mean,
He is in
it's-
bad shape.
it's really catching up to him.
It really is. But
It's getting hard to watch. Like that
sure,
spot on
true.
the apron.
But
I mean, it was cringeworthy.
you guys are going to be surprised when I say this because I already told you this back in the pre-show, but the change that Jeff Hardy did, even though it's a subtle thing where he snapped this week on SmackDown against Randy
Mhm.
Orton, to me that sells me as okay, this guy still has plenty left in the tank, just not that much anymore left. So because the
Luckily,
fact
he's not in a wheelchair.
I know.
Yeah.
The criticisms on his style and whatnot, notwithstanding, I know. But okay, I'll skip. I'll glaze over the fact on the SmackDown on that one. But I'm going to go on this one. This match was a throwaway. No better, no worse than a television bout. That's just.
Yep, I'd agree there.
It's just average. Just,
They had to end. They had to give Jeff his rematch, and
yeah.
that's it.
Wait a minute.
And then Jeff lost his shit on Tuesday, but you could see that the high flying, he's doing the I'm going to jump on you stuff, and it's just he's not hitting the swanton bomb as crisp anymore.
No.
He has suddenly gotten old very quickly.
Yes. Age has suddenly caught up to his body in a very surprising way. So
he needs to follow the lead of Matt.
Okay.
And take some time off.
Yep.
Let the body recover.
Uh-huh.
We don't need Jeff going back to the I will medicate myself. No. Please, no.
I think part of it is going from like TNA coming back to WWE and that brutal road schedule, just like you brought up earlier, Taker. Even if he already lived the hard life. I don't know how sober he is, but hoping that he's keeping that way. But that schedule is just a big change to go from TNA where you do tapings to now you're doing live events all the time, 5 days a week. So and traveling on the 6th. So
coming home on the 6th and leaving out on the 7th.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's move on from that quickly because it's a throwaway match, and I usually, in my opinion, throwaway matches I'll coast over. I'll move over to one more exciting match that we had watched for the Raw Women's Championship: Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss.
Yes. Finally.
The coronation.
I'll start.
The coronation of Ronda, who has improved so much.
Yeah.
I'll start.
Go ahead then.
Okay. Complain about Rosie's inexperience, if you want. Complain about it to the cows come home. But this is exactly what it needed to be. Exactly what it needed to be. A one-sided ass kicking that saw Ronda Rousey finish off an opponent who had no shot at all at actually winning the title again.
None.
Zero.
But the question I have, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, go ahead. Wax lyrical and then get the question.
I love this match. I absolutely loved it from start to finish. I loved Ronda sitting there talking shit to the face or to the heel. That is a heel move. Heel is the one, we've all seen Alexa. This is my division. She's got him bent over by the hair, right? This is my division. You're nothing. You're not this, not that. And Ronda's sitting there going, you ready? You ready for this, Alexa? I'm going to do this. And it would tell her what she's going to do to her and do it. And Alexa selling the absolute fear that she had. And it's like someone asked earlier, where was the broad with the captain hat? She was nowhere to be found. That's Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
No Alicia Fox. No Mickey James. Nobody came out to help Alexa Bliss. Nobody. Alexa Bliss was on her own. She tried to get disqualified. Ronda sat down in the middle of the ring and closed her eyes and said, do what you want.
Do what you want. I give you plenty of time to do what you want. Go ahead. Oh no, didn't do enough.
Nope. She had absolutely no shot. And the thing about it is, everybody knew it. Everybody in the building knew it, but yet they bought into it.
Yeah, and surprisingly, they actually WWE actually capitalized on this whole thing. They did.
Yep, the biggest crossover star they got. They put a belt on her.
It was all over ESPN.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Ronda Rousey gets the win. Ronda Rousey gets the title. WWE gets the publicity. All is right with the world.
Exactly. And Ronda Rousey made history. She's the first woman from UFC to have held both a UFC title and the WWE Women's title.
Yeah.
So, once again, historical thing. Everybody take a shot.
This is a rule that I'm slowly hating to do.
And to anyone
each and every time I hear historic or history, I'm gonna take a shot.
Especially when it regards to women.
Where's my
But-
sake?
People that complain about the inexperience,
Uh-huh.
she's done well, and a part of being the champion is being marketable, and she's
Yes.
120% marketable. So
Yeah.
you put her as the face of your brand, and that's what they accomplished. And
Yep.
she is putting in the effort to get herself better and get
She
herself.
is, like I said, from April at WrestleMania through Money in the Bank,
Mhm.
where she got the best match of Nia's entire goddamn career out of her,
Mhm.
to this match, Ronda has improved each one.
Mhm.
And the thing about it is, her sitting down in the ring and turning her back on Alexa and closing her eyes.
That was great.
That was pure confidence.
Exactly. Pure confidence. I know I'm going to kick your ass. And
But I'm going to give you a chance. Kick my ass first.
And there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
So I'm giving you a chance. Kick my ass first.
The camera people, or production, did a great job getting her face when that rear chin lock went on, where she just opened up her eyes and just went into full Ronda mode.
You
could see the transformation.
You're gonna see. She went from, I'm going to give you whatever you want to. I am going to fucking kill you.
Yep.
it went from 0 to 360 in an instant, and Ronda was like, "Oh, I'm just so happy to be here. I'm just so happy to represent the women." To, I am going to rip your arm out from your body.
Yep.
I am going to sell it to the gods of arms and legs and limbs. Or if you are a Warhammer fan, I am going to sell your skull to the god of Horn. If you are a Warhammer 40K fan, you know.
But the only problem I had with the match was Ronda's eye makeup.
The raccoon.
Yes.
The raccoon.
The raccoon. I was like, what the hell is this shit?
She does some funky things with her hair and makeup.
I don't mind the hair. I don't mind the hair.
The thing with the hair is fine. I like it.
It's not so much Ronda putting eye makeup on. It's the goddamn glam squad.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with her. To me, it would be perfect. Here's a simple thing.
What?
She don't need any makeup. She's a fighter. They don't wear makeup into the ring for their fights. She's got enough natural beauty that she don't need extra goddamn makeup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just go in there and just be the ass kicker that she is. She don't need no powder, no nothing on her eyes. Just fix her hair up and send her out.
Probably just war paint under.
Yeah,
under
that's
the
what
eye.
I was. That's
That's
the term I was going to use. Yeah.
Just war paint.
Yeah.
It's not makeup. It's war paint.
Whatever. I mean, it looked like shit.
No, the raccoon thing is okay. The raccoon thing is, I'll say the darkened eyes. I'll agree that kind of sort of looks but anyway,
Seeing her just go from just sitting there going, okay, you can do what you want. I'm gonna sit down, turn my back, close my eyes.
I am going to rip your heart from.
I am going to tear your fucking heart out.
I'm going to in the words of The Rock, I am going to reach down your throat, pull out your fallopian tubes, and play jump rope.
That was WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
Yes, that is some great stuff.
That was I am going to reach down your throat, pull out your fallopian, and play jump rope with it. Oh god.
I was at that WrestleMania, and this is before Ronda even became a superstar. When that camera panned over to her, is about as loud as that whole place got the whole night, except for the cash in at the end.
Okay. Wonderful.
She got a huge reaction. So just that, and that was, I think, her first on-screen for WWE, which also she was on top of the UFC world at the time.
Yes.
But before she got crushed.
Before she got crushed. But congratulations to Ronda Rousey. You won. You got the shiny. Now punch some more people
in the match.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Punch some people. Punch some people. Punch some people. Yes. Punch some people. But in any case, this is and this is another this is just a quick note. This is another way of how you correctly work a squash match. This is how you do it. This is how you do it.
But
It's a
like I
unique
said,
way of doing it.
yeah,
It's a unique way of doing it. But
it was a
I
5-minute
like
squash match, and I was laughing my ass off and through it all because all you kept hearing is Ronda say, "Are you guys ready for a new Raw Women's Champion?" And
you were just
I
laughing
killed
your
this
ass off.
bitch.
You were just laughing your ass off.
I
Weren't
was
you in that
because
way?
she had the "I'm gonna kill this bitch" look on her face.
I'm gonna kill this bitch's look. Awesome.
It was. Tell me I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if
You're
I'm
not
wrong.
wrong. You're not wrong.
You ready, Alexa? You ready?
Whatever works to kind of sell Ronda Rousey in a positive light for me is always awesome. Because
But I don't
understandably
know
so,
why-
I'm not one of the guys who follow a lot of UFC. So anything that sells me Ronda Rousey in a more positive light in WWE, good, awesome. But in any case, let's just quickly move on then from probably the main event for the whole thing. The cherry on top of a very delicious
Sunday.
The coup de grace, the pièce de résistance. The Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Finally.
There's the other finally.
Yes.
More finally.
Finally.
It's over. It's all over.
Finally, Vince bit the bullet. And you know what? The crowd reacted basically the way he wanted them to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were happy. Everybody went home happy.
Mm-hmm.
The noise was 60% pro, 40% con.
Yeah.
You know, and it was he wasn't getting near the booze Sunday night that he has gotten in the past when he's won matches in the main event.
No, I agree on that. No.
He got cheered
Absolutely
more.
no. Yeah. Absolutely no.
Yeah. He was at the John Cena level.
Yes.
Yep.
He's coming back to the John Cena level, I think.
Yeah.
He's coming back to the John Cena
He's
level.
coming up to the John Cena level. He's finally making it.
Making it.
I
But-
mean,
Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. Start first.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, is there any other way? Reigns winning? It needed to happen. It
Yes.
needed to happen. It did. It's not the case of wanting it to happen now. It needs to happen. Because every single thing that we have said previous week, previous month on the podcast or anywhere else on recorded
Cage
broadcasting.
Side.
On Cage
On
Side.
Cage Side and other shows that we've been on.
Yeah.
We've all said it.
It needed to happen.
Yes.
He needs to win. This is not a case of wanting anymore because if he loses, there's nothing for him to go back to.
No.
Because the story itself has pointed it for months.
If he
Because-
lost, it would be hard for him to be a credible champion ever again.
Yeah, because
So-
from my point, I say something like this. Because if you're booking something different other than Reigns winning for the sake of booking something different, would have done the whole thing a complete disservice because we have taken this shit out for months. Because this guy has continuously busted his ass to pay off this thing. After the Greatest Royal Rumble, after the WrestleMania, after what else? Hell in a Cell. After what else? Any other pay-per-view, any other Raw live show, Raw house show. For months on end. This needs to happen. And it did. You don't have to like him. You don't have to like the fact that he is now WWE champion. But
You have
to
to
give
accept
credit,
it.
Yep.
to give credit where credit's due, Creative made the right call Sunday night. Absolutely the right call.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only saying this just to get it over with so everyone involved can move on. Roman Reigns is your WWE championship. The
Universal
Roman Empire celebrates. All hail Roman Reigns. Okay, good. Awesome. And I think if I want to stretch this, WWE has masterfully booked this thing. I mean, keeping fans invested, keeping fan reaction invested in it.
Oh.
Bring Strowman out from there.
It was
Bring
genius.
Strowman out. It was genius. It was genius.
Pure manipulation, and it was
Bring Strowman out.
Excellently executed.
Yeah, bring Strowman out, and then let Strowman say that I'm announcing a Money in the Bank cash-in.
Kind of.
Wow. Kind of. Wow.
I have to say this real quick. Zed Sled in the chat says it best. He goes, "This result proves that Vince is the king of work," meaning working people, I would guess. Took it to the very end and got what he wanted. Plus, he had the right guy for the situation, and he did. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, and it was said the other night, the one that looked the best walking out of there was Brock Lesnar.
Well, credit or credit due. I agree with that. Yes, I agree.
Yep.
Brock totally punked Braun.
Yeah, he totally did.
But he punked Braun and he no-sold Reigns.
Yeah,
except for the pin. But
no, he took what three
spears, and then all of a sudden
was stumbling around.
Yeah,
and then comes up with the Kimura or whatever he had.
The Kimura
guillotine.
Yeah.
He did a couple of Germans too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
But then he got distracted by Braun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly went out there, F5'd him. Hit him with the briefcase 3 or 4 times. Threw the briefcase from ringside all the way.
That was great. I really enjoyed that.
And hit the Tron with it on the fly.
That was a good arm, Lesnar.
Grabbed the chair.
Why isn't he on the Olympic shot put? He needs to be on the Olympic shot
with the chair.
Yeah.
He with the chair, 3 or 4 times. Climbs in the ring with said chair. Gets a spear for his liking. And the chair hits him in the head. 1, 2, 3. The match is over.
Although some have argued his shoulder was up, the old Hulk Hogan routine, but
that wasn't until after because I watched it and slowed it down, and the shoulder did not come up until after the 3.
Oh, that's really the Hogan move then.
I mean, the moment Lesnar turned gender, you know what I mean here, right?
Yeah,
Taker?
The moment. Yeah.
The moment Lesnar turned gender, that was awesome. And then got a spear and a chair shot to the head for his troubles. By accident. His troubles. But, I mean, WWE has, awesome. Great. You worked me good. This is exactly what it is to be needed to be done. Work me good. Roman Reigns is now the champion. Everybody, all is well in the world. Everybody is rejoicing for that. Like I said, everybody involved can move on.
Yeah.
The whole thing has been a slog for about several months, and we're almost about to give up, saying, "Okay, Roman Reigns is never going to win the title and whatnot." But this happened.
They could have spent the last however many months since WrestleMania building up that championship to a credible title, but instead we have to start from scratch again. But
yeah, we're starting from scratch.
At least we get to start.
Yes.
What happened at WrestleMania
and
what happened at the world's greatest Rumble of all time, the best show ever, was awful and painful.
They totally botched that finish.
Yes,
yeah,
they totally
absolutely.
I mean, they could, and like you said, they could have spent months after WrestleMania building Roman Reigns up as the champion, which they didn't. Now they already get the start, and they did. Well, this week on Raw, Roman Reigns actually did.
The thing about we could, the crowd went home happy.
Yes.
Nobody was leaving early.
No,
nobody. Everybody in there, and that was about 4 hours into the show that the match, 4 and a quarter.
Almost 5. I think we can say almost 5.
The card itself, the main card itself, went 4 hours and 34 minutes. Which I was surprised for. What was it? 13 matches they had, or 11?
13.
13 matches.
I think there was 13, but there were 3 pre-show matches.
Yeah, if you want to
they had 10 regular matches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's a lot of matches going, and they got it in under 5 hours.
Yeah, with a couple squashes, but
They had 3 squash
True.
matches.
True.
But you know what? The card was done perfectly.
yeah.
What's the matter? What's the matter, MDS?
I'm not gonna say. I'm just really giddy and really excited. I'm not gonna
How
say
can you not say now? After
because
that.
it's gonna piss off Taker.
Go for it.
Manchester City drew with Wolves 1-1, and
Okay.
the 83. That means second.
My Hammers are not doing well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. That's even worse.
I know.
I know
I have a feeling they're down again. They haven't won yet this year, so
they haven't, but yeah, I'm not gonna say because it already is full time for Arsenal and West Ham. So there's that. I'm not gonna say the result because it's going to disappoint you a little bit more.
what was it, 4-0 again?
3-1.
Well, at least they scored. Hey, I'll take whatever I can get right now.
Okay.
But anyway,
Manchester City drew with Wolves 1-1. At the 83rd minute right now, Liverpool is leading with Brighton 1-0. If they win this, they practically sit on top of the Premier League division.
Oh.
Sal, do your celebration right now. Okay, I'm moving on. Well, moving on to what? Nothing else. That's just the end. SummerSlam was awesome. SummerSlam was great. Finally, a great pay-per-view. Finally, Roman Reigns wins the shiny thing. Finally, Alexa Bliss got whooped. What else? Finally, from top to bottom, every single match was at least serviceable.
Finally,
Every
we got the
single
demon.
Yeah, finally we got the demon. Finally, Becky Lynch snapped, turned heel. I don't know whether she truly turned heel or not. I feel that she is. I feel that she is now. So okay. Even the pre-show was entertaining.
And finally, we got Ambrose taking out Drew McIntyre.
Finally,
finally.
Finally, the New Day is 5-time tag team champions.
That was Tuesday. But I want to talk a little bit. I want to talk real quick about the Roman Reigns Finn Balor match.
Okay.
Finn Balor finally got his title match, his title rematch.
Yep, he did.
But that's not the end of the show.
No,
that's not the end of the story.
Finn Balor lost that match, so now that loose end's been tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, neat. There's a pretty bow on it. That's done.
Well, he can try and fight for it again, but
great
he's going
match
to have
too.
to do the
Fantastic
long.
It was a fantastic match. Those two put that match went almost 30 minutes.
It did.
Yeah.
And to me, I think
30
that
minutes, because when I got done with two guys, that was at 10:30 or at 9:30. That match was already going.
Okay.
And I never want to hear Roman can't wrestle again. He is they give him time. When he's not wrestling Brock Lesnar, he is on top of his game every time. Every time.
That man has made so many superstars on that roster.
Yep.
I'm gonna, and it's been agreed. And I said this last week. Roman made Braun what he is now.
Yep. That feud was
stellar. That feud was money.
Delicious. That feud was deliciously good.
I mean, attempted murder, physical assault, all kinds of things went on, and it was like, yes. And now now you understand why I said this at the very beginning. It started with the Dolph Ziggler Seth Rollins match. They set the bar and went in the back and say, "All right, you sons of bitches, top that." And every match delivered on
finally.
Yes, finally. Every match delivered. Even the squash matches delivered.
Even the average matches actually delivered, to be honest with you.
Even the ones that fell short of the bar delivered. Great show altogether.
Finally, everybody goes home happy. Everybody watches is happy with the results.
Like I said, on Monday night, the end of the Roman Reigns Finn Balor match was not the end of the show.
Okay.
Braun was going to cash in, and he walked in and kicked Roman in the guts. It was in the process of handing the case over when Sierra Hotel India
Echo Lima Delta
the Shield.
Somehow
out comes Dean and Seth. Seth had his Riot Vest
Full
on.
gear.
Dean did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dean never really wore the Riot Vest.
Yes, he
Whenever
did.
He did the black tank top.
Yeah, he always wore
Although
the black tank top.
I'll miss this slick back hair. I like that
Yeah,
look in the Shield.
Same. I'll miss the flick back hair. But yeah, he comes out looking.
I'm sure
looking
AA
like
does
a
too.
veteran. Yeah. No. AA doesn't miss it. AA loves the
short
shaved
look?
buzz cut. Yeah,
Oh,
the short
okay.
look now better.
I said I'm getting used to it.
She's giggling like a 17-year-old schoolgirl again. So you can't. But anyway, take it. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Seeing them come down to rescue their Shield brother, Roman, was icing on the cake for that show that night. Because it was an injustice that Braun was doing.
And this was the justice served. So
Right, and they served justice by putting Braun through the announce table.
on a silver platter too,
Yeah.
Brilliantly done.
with cheese and mayonnaise too.
That's right. It was fantastic. And I was like, oh yeah, this is some cool shit right here. Yeah.
Why are we bringing up food puns all of a sudden? This week's show all about food puns.
You're the one that brought up the food to start the damn thing.
I know.
Yourself, dumbass.
Okay.
There's only one thing
I'm
missing,
kidding.
AA, and that's Dean Ambrose with some gold. It's the only thing missing.
Yeah, but they can do that real easy.
Get
Turn
them.
him on,
I can
Turn
tell
him
you
on.
what's going to happen. They're
Tag
going to
team.
They're going to take the B team out.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh,
B-team
making a
go is going to.
they're gonna go.
gone.
They're going to be gone.
Gone. Bye. You
Because
taste good like
they're going to
popcorn,
be
but
served up. They're going to be served up to the Shield, Rollins and Ambrose,
on a gold platter.
and they're going to get to, and Rollins and Ambrose are going to have the tag titles.
And roast them on stage too.
So Seth,
With
you think
barbecue
Seth's
sauce
gonna
and
be a double champion?
barbecue sauce and marinade. Oh yeah,
And
that can work.
an onion ring.
Yes. The
Western bacon.
The Western
cheeseburger
bacon cheeseburger. Shut up, damn it.
with fried zucchini.
Okay.
That's right. That's good
Okay.
shit there. With
While-
And
fried zucchini
they're-
with ranch dressing. Yes.
they
while
call it their house dressing, but it's ranch. But it is good. It's the best fast food ranch that there is.
And
At
you know
the
who
time,
made,
the
you know
Shields-
what it is? It's actually Hidden Valley Ranch is what it is.
Probably.
Probably,
It
yeah.
is.
But
It is.
they're gonna call it no. It's our house ranch. It's not theirs. Even though secretly it is.
It's like McDonald's with their premium Coca-Cola syrup that they get.
Yeah,
That's
premium,
better than
but
anyone else.
it's better than anyone. But actually, basically, it's just the same thing.
Oh, I discovered something recently.
Why?
I was my wife's been on a quesadilla kick lately,
Okay.
and she usually puts taco sauce on hers.
Oh.
Okay, with hers, and I got a wild hair up my ass one night, and a little bit of ranch dressing, a little bit of chili taco sauce, stir it up.
Okay.
Oh, that's good
yeah.
shit. Oh, that's good shit, Maynard. We've got 2 pint jars made of it now.
Oh, I love it. I love it because I love the fact that we started off with food and we're
Yeah.
slowly going to wind
Actually-
down with food.
You know, I have a lot of friends that are Mexican, and they, for a lot of their dishes, they will stir the hot sauce, but they use mayonnaise, not ranch. But they stir it up and make like a creamy, spicy sauce. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah, that's like it's almost like wasabi mayo. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, my!
Yummy.
I can't find it anymore.
You guys.
But I've got horseradish aioli here at the house, so I'm good.
Okay.
I like fresh horseradish.
Fresh horse.
Well, that's what wasabi is horseradish.
Yeah.
True.
It's like a powdered kind of.
Oh no, the mayo I was getting was actually had chunks of wasabi in it, to the point that if you put too much on your sandwich, you're wise with water.
Cutting it off just a bit, taking a break just a tiny bit. Yes, Roman and Braun are already talking smack on Twitter. Madeline, good stuff. It is.
Yes,
good
it is. It is good stuff.
And yeah, they may do Roman and Dean, as that's the one of the Shield duo without gold. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they did. Yes, Zed sled very, very early on. Dean was the U.S. champion. Roman, no, they
No, they
haven't
haven't
done
really
Roman.
done the tag champs before.
No, they haven't.
It was
Yeah,
always
It was
Rollins
Roman and
Reigns.
Rollins.
Mhm.
Roman and Rollins were
Reigns
tag.
were tag, and Dean was the U.S. champion that never defended it
Mhm. Yep.
because he was injured all that time.
Yeah, and Dean and
And he lost it
Dean
in a
and
battle
Rollins
royal.
has. Yeah,
They've been tag champs.
yeah. Dean and Rollins has been tag champs too. So there's. In any case.
And the
yeah,
thing about it is that Roman made history as well.
Yes. Now-
Defeating Brock Lesnar, he's held every major title in the company now, and that's 5 of them.
That's 5 of them. Yep. And well, okay.
He's held Tag Championship, U.S. Championship, IC Championship, WWE World Championship, and now the Universal Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what he's missing?
SmackDown Tag Champion. That's it.
Number 1, yeah. Number 2,
Mhm.
championship from my heart.
Oh, he got that. He got that the other day. He got that last Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't tell me he didn't.
Yeah, okay, he did. He did. I can't argue against that.
The right guy won.
This is a long time coming,
and-
so
In every match, the right person, with the exception of the women's match, which in most people's eyes, the SmackDown title match for women, the right person won.
finally.
Yep.
Every
Finally.
a match card where every single right person won. In our eyes, anyways, I think.
And there were what? Let's see. IC changed.
SmackDown. SmackDown did not change.
IC changed.
IC changed. SmackDown,
SmackDown
title.
and Raw,
Smack-
both women's
SmackDown
titles.
tag titles
SmackDown-
did not change.
SmackDown and Raw women's titles changed,
Mhm.
and Universal title changed. So we had 4 title changes at a SummerSlam, which
Yeah,
is
with the
not known to
exception-
have very many, if any,
Mhm.
title
With
changes.
the exception of US and SmackDown tag. So there's the two.
And the briefcase, if you want to call that a title, which was online. It
Yeah,
was a stipulation.
yeah. Okay.
Which I was expecting Jinder Mahal to come out and create some controversy.
all of a sudden, Jinder Mahal comes in.
Yeah,
I was
but Jinder Mahal comes out, steals the case. Braun goes after him. Braun gets counted out. He loses.
You know what will be the crazier idea?
Oh,
What was that again?
Braun Strowman, I take Bray Wyatt comes out. Braun Strowman, I take your case. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh, what the fuck? Come back here.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ring the bell. Okay, Bray, bring the case back.
Okay.
Give it to Kevin. Yeah, right.
Kevin. Yeah. Oh, this
That's
is
what
a
I was.
delicious-
That's what I was expecting, and I said so, and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah.
I was expecting some kind of shenanigan finish that Braun lost a goddamn case.
No, it didn't happen. Thank God it didn't.
I see. Believe it or not, I see it happening that Braun bungles the damn cash in anyway.
Well, technically speaking, he didn't.
Think they're going to do 2 in a row?
He just screwed over. I think he's just screwed over the whole thing because the Shield helped him out.
Well, the thing about it is that he
Because
technically the thing about it, the bell never rang, so the match was not official.
Yeah, but the announcement
Mhm.
was made. Ladies and gentlemen, Braun
They've
Strowman.
done that, though. They've
Oh,
done
okay.
that a few times.
They've done that before.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll sit. I'll sit. I'll sit.
If
at the
he walks
corner.
out with the case
take
Monday,
my-
then we know.
Okay.
He walks out holding the case Monday because we know he's going to be on TV. Now, another thing that
Mhm.
kind of bugged me, and a lot of people are shitting on, was the whole Ronda Rousey thing at the beginning of the show.
Celebration.
Yeah,
Celebration.
but that wasn't her, or second hour. That
Oh, yeah.
wasn't her doing. That
Mhm.
was Stephanie trying to make herself important again.
Yep.
I created, I made her in my image, blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't, bitch. Shut the fuck up. She tore your arm out once. She's going to tear your arm out again.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Butch, shut the front door.
No shit. Shut the front door.
Yeah, shut
I'm
the front
not,
door.
and,
If we want to
love-
keep it clean, we'll go.
and I
shut
love
front
the
door.
comment she made.
Mhm.
I'm not Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
I was
sick
like,
burn.
yes, my
Sick
hero.
Your heroine. But
My
yeah,
heroine, yes.
but yes.
That
Yeah,
was great.
Sick
That was
burn. That was a
absolutely
sick
great.
burn to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was.
a sick burn. I mean, Brock Lesnar is sitting in catering going, oh, what the heck happened to my ass?
He was already home.
Okay, home at the ranch, chopping wood. Suddenly, what the fuck is wrong with my ass?
Mhm.
I need to sit down on some mayonnaise or some cold onion rings or cucumbers.
Something.
Something. Yeah. Well, while I sit over there at the corner, nomming on jalapeno cheese and whatnot. Yeah.
Agreed, Madeline. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised that KO does something to screw Braun out of the case. I don't doubt it at all.
Okay.
Why? Because Kevin Owens is that kind of guy.
He's just that guy. I feel sorry for Kevin Owens now. I don't know.
But the thing
I'm
about it is,
it's-
something that Madeline said earlier about Kevin Owens being in the doghouse since they were sent home from Europe. No,
No, I don't think
he's
so.
been in the doghouse ever
But-
since WrestleMania on that 365 with Vince, because he walked back to the back and said, "Good job, good match." Right? He goes, Vince goes, "No." Remember that is on the 365.
I know, but
And-
coming into SummerSlam, like I said, I'm putting on the sympathetic voice and all that. I feel sorry for Kevin Owens. I don't know what the hell did he deserve to
What do you do to deserve
get
this
some-
abuse?
this abuse on from Braun Strowman. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy getting beat up like that. I mean,
I don't know.
I hate to cry on my milk, but that's just what it is, I guess. Yeah. In any case,
Braun is going to continue to squash that kid.
he's gonna squash the pancake till it's completely flat.
We're not talking New Day here.
No, he's gonna mush the potato. He's gonna mush the mashed potatoes up until it's
Yeah.
good and moist, whipped. Why am I always talking?
Kevin
I have no freaking idea.
Kevin has done something to piss somebody off.
He basically threw sand into the rice bowl that people is trying to eat.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know why I'm going for all these food puns and food opinionated items. Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know.
Well, I know I'm getting hungry, but that's beside the
Yeah.
point.
Well, it's
No,
shooting,
that's
shooting the
not
breeze
beside the
after
point.
the
That is
after
the
dark.
point. You are getting hungry. You are getting hungry. But then
And
again,
I'm getting tired because I do have to sleep sometime today.
yes. In any case, I'll quickly do this. SummerSlam was enjoyable, surprisingly enjoyable in my opinion, because we actually had kind of like an indifferent opinion coming into SummerSlam. Coming out from it, we were surprised and pleasantly enjoyed the whole thing, the whole experience. Like I
Mhm.
said, finally, a good pay-per-view from WWE that we can enjoy. Finally, yeah.
It's funny.
Please
It's funny how I gave you that.
Yeah.
You know, because I like, you got a title. I said, I have an idea. And I said
Finally.
that to you, and you looked at me like you looked. I could see the look on your face, like, "What the hell does he mean by that?" And then all of a sudden, it clicked in your head.
In all honesty, I know what you're going through. I know what you're going with it. I just thought that, do I need to, like I said earlier on at the beginning of the show, do I need to deviate off from my usual title naming after breakfast specials, or just I go with it? Then I say, okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah, because I mean, that was. It
I
hit
think that
me-
was a huge. I think it was a huge weight off of everybody's backs. I think
Yeah.
for us, not just for the wrestler, not just for us who's trying to give a positive spin or just give our opinions on any kind of WWE related things or wrestling related things, but just finally
You're gonna
something
hear
good.
something. Well, when I give my grade on this pay per view, you're going to be stunned.
Okay, go ahead.
A minus.
Wow, I thought you were gonna give it more than A minus, probably just a
Oh,
flat out A.
I can give it a flat A too. I mean, it's right there, A to A minus, but more leaning more towards a solid A. I mean, it was grade A beef, man,
Mhm,
all the way through the card.
Grade A beef indeed. Grade A Wagyu beef indeed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a bold take for me. I think this SummerSlam trumps over Takeover Brooklyn.
I agree.
Just
I
because of the
agree.
fact, I think, call me biased. Just because of the fact that Roman Reigns won the title. Just because of the fact that the whole card, top from bottom, was awesome. Just because of the fact that I was enjoying myself even more than SummerSlam. I'm not shitting on Takeover Brooklyn 4 because I enjoyed that too. It's just
Even
that
you know, the thing about it is that we were all bitching that Raw's matches for this pay per view were mainly rematches, but every one of them delivered. God damn it!
Yeah.
That's the thing. It was like,
I mean,
shit.
like I said earlier on the show, sometimes we have to eat our words and just WWE did one over us. Congrats to them. And this is the moment. Yes, they're doing.
And
Congrats
you know
to
what? The 4 hours or however long did not feel that as long as it normally does.
It didn't feel
because there
long.
are times. I mean, we all watch and we get exhausted from it. It's like, all right, which because it just slugs on. But this time it didn't. It flowed nicely. They had
It was
those
enjoyable
squashes
from start to
right in
finish.
between where they needed to be.
It was enjoyable from start to finish.
The production value. Whoever came up or put together that Miz and Daniel Bryan video, give them an Emmy. That hype video was one of the best I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
So,
I totally agree.
Just
Okay.
yeah.
What's your grade, Doc?
Solid A. I can't give it an A+ because some of the matches were decidedly average, but not bad. Not averagely bad, just averagely average. So that one brought it down for me. Some of them brought it down for me, but it's still a solid card from top to bottom. It's still an enjoyable pay-per-view. Finally, from WWE. So,
Hey, what do you think?
Is she still fawning over the fact that Dean Ambrose is still out there somewhere? Not in the ether?
Yes.
What's your grade on this pay-per-view, AA?
I'll give it about a B+.
Ooh, you're hard.
Hard crowd. Tough crowd. Tough person to...
Would you say this SummerSlam outperformed TakeOver 4?
I'd rank them about even.
Okay. She is a tough customer, please. She is a tough customer.
Well, she's spoiled on RMP right now, so I know a dirty little secret.
Oh, what?
Sometimes she rewatches RMP shows instead of watching Raw or SmackDown.
Hey, the wrestling's better than the story's better.
Okay. Good last question. Speaking of New Day, could you all see Carmella joining them against Sanity with Cross? That is, if Cross actually goes to SmackDown Live.
I would love that.
I would love that, yeah.
But
that
can
would be
Carmella
good.
work as a face?
Yeah, would Carmella work as...
Well, she did.
No.
She
unquestionably.
Wait a minute. We go back to Mixed Match Challenge with her and Big E. She was working as a face, even though she was heel on the roster, and it worked.
I do not need to remember a New Day in that freaking onesie. That was unfreaking believable.
It was terrible, but answering your question, yeah, we can see that. We can see.
But I could see it.
I can see it. Because initially it was it was Sasha Banks. Now I think if it's Carmella, then Carmella, yeah, sure. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see it working, and it'll work brilliantly because she fits into that crazy lot.
Yeah, she fits into it.
You know,
well, in NXT, she was the mouthpiece for Enzo and Cass, or not really the mouthpiece, but she was part of that.
She was part. Group. I think she was part of the. I think she was the majority of the. How to say? Attraction of it.
Yeah.
Because she elevates the former WWE employees to a better height with the inclusion of Carmella. She did actually do that.
Well, you think about it, of those three, she's the only one that's made it. The other two have been fired. The other two have been fired.
The other two have been fired.
Now
One
there's
of them,
Big Kaz. Kaz.
Just use Colin Cassidy. Just use Colin Cassidy.
Angel,
please.
you never gave us your grade on the SummerSlam.
I would give SummerSlam an A- and TakeOver an A.
Another tough customer.
I
shows were great.
I say that for the first time, WWE main roster did better than TakeOver for one simple reason, and you said it best, Angel. Yes, the main card was 4.5 hours. It didn't feel like it.
No, it didn't at all, and that's why giving it an A- was. I did not expect to what I saw. It was.
I mean, there was no really any time for you to be take a nap. There was no take a nap match.
Nope.
In that show. Although we thought several of them were going to be go get Thai food, as George would say, but
Yeah, but it happened
based on
quickly.
who was in them, the way they did those matches was brilliant.
Yeah.
That's like,
Well, I had to go make my plate at dinner, and I was rushing to get back.
Yeah.
So
because you didn't
even
know
though, even though I could pause it, I'd still like to watch it live. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd still
something
like to
about
watch it live.
So-
you didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
And when
No.
was the last time? When was the last time you saw a pay per view that you didn't want to miss anything?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long, long time. I mean, I agree. I totally agree. I think I'll go with that. So yeah. In any case, that was the whole show. Talking, actually, we're surprises. We're talking, complimenting about about SummerSlam.
We're complimenting a WWE main roster pay per view.
Yeah.
Finally, we're complimenting on something. Finally, we're
not picking it apart.
Finally,
'Cause
we're
they're-
returning
'cause-
back to the roots.
We're not picking it apart because there's really not anything to pick apart.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
And I think it's finally
Finally.
starting to help that they've cut the individual brand pay-per-views and cut the number of pay-per-views down. It does help. I think it's starting to show the
I
difference.
still say what they should do is have the individual brand pay per views, but on the current schedule, just alternate it every other month, except for the big four.
Because every 2 weeks was just too much.
Oh yeah, it was killing me.
Mm-hmm.
I
In
would
any
have
case.
so much content to watch. It's like I'm going out of my mind.
Yeah.
Every single salad, every single garden salad that has been created shall not be enough to make me sit down there.
Back to
and watch
food,
a while.
are we?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a wedge salad? Those are good.
You know,
I
I'm gonna
have.
go back- I'm going to go back to something that Conrad Thompson said way back early on in this show.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the greatest time for wrestling. There's something out there for everybody. Well, SummerSlam proved that they had a match
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yes.
There was something on that card for everybody.
Yeah. I agree. Anyway, I think that's a good enough point for us to wrap up.
I agree.
Wow.
And I'm going to go get one of them burgers.
Oh. You know what? I'm going to go down in the kitchen, even though it's.
I thought you loved me. I
30.
thought you loved me, AA, but I see you don't. Now.
Oh no! I'm going to go down.
I want a
in the kitchen.
quesadilla with hot sauce, like Taker was talking about. That sounds good to me right now.
At least in my case, I
And I
can't
have
go.
queso fresca too. So
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. At least in my case, I can't go out. I can't go out yet. Because it's 3:38 in the morning for me, so I can go down to the kitchen and just cook myself a grilled cheese sandwich, which is good.
Yeah.
I like to make it with garlic. I like to make it with a garlic bread and just put down some.
that sounds good.
That sounds really good.
that does sound really good. Grilled
Listeners,
cheese sandwich with
folks,
made on garlic
yeah.
bread.
Folks, listeners, if you're listening, try it out.
That sounds
Garlic
good.
bread with garlic bread grilled cheese sandwich
Yum.
with a little bit of vegetables,
God,
tomatoes. and
that
whatnot.
sounds good.
I kid you not, it's delicious.
Well, you know what I used to
I
do
cook a
way back in
mean
the day?
batch of it. I cook a mean batch of it for my family, and I all loved it. So
You know what I used to do with a grilled cheese sandwich way back in the day?
What?
Chopped onions.
wow. Oh yeah,
Sandwich.
Well, that's good.
yeah, that's good.
Inside the sandwich itself.
Mm. Oh,
I
yeah,
put
that's
sliced.
good, yeah.
I put sliced tomatoes in mine.
Okay.
That.
That's just perfect. I mean, yeah, and yes.
And I use
we are-
mayonnaise on the bread, not butter.
Oh, okay. I'll try
It
that.
gives it a little extra burn.
Okay.
I like things that are a little
You
bit
like
burnt.
mine. You like mine burnt and crispy. Yeah, I
Yep.
get. I get you. I get you on that one.
All right, let's get the plugs in and get out of here so we can all go eat. Damn it!
Yeah, I think we're all hungry. It's lunchtime for me now too, so everybody's
It's
got
not
to go
even.
eat.
It's not even any time of eating time for me right now, and I'm going down there and cook. Okay, so
You're gonna your woman your fiance is gonna come home and say, "You make the garlic grilled cheese sandwich again?"
yes.
She'd be like, "Where's mine?"
Okay, considering that I did actually tell Angel that it's not yet aired and whatnot. Yeah, finally, Mr. MDS is maybe soon to be married in about a year, so I'm officially engaged.
Yay!
Woo!
I mean, I already told you guys on Twitter. I've already told some of the guys off air and whatnot. Yeah, I got engaged. Yes, I got
You
engaged.
told
Go ahead.
me last week, and then we let it out on Thursday.
We let it out. You guys let it out on Thursday.
I didn't. George did.
I know. No, it was Chris who
Or
did
Chris
it.
did. Yeah.
It was Chris who did it. Newly,
Engaged.
freshly engaged, and
Yes.
George was saying, "Yeah, for the good of it or for the worst of it." It goes good or it goes bad.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, and I just agreed. Yep.
it might go bad because I'm gonna lose the singles card sooner or later. Even though I always say that I'm single, but I'm not.
You lost a single card when she moved in with you.
Yeah, I know. I always like to say I'm single, but I'm not available because my girlfriend lives with me. And she doesn't mind at all because she can say, "Yeah, this is I am single but not available because a guy likes to sleep with me in the same bed." So she likes to joke on that one. So there's that. Sorry to hear that. Yes, thank you, Madeline Noir. Sorry to hear that. But yes, I am engaged. Thank you for all the. I am engaged, officially engaged. Thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for all the congratulations, omeditos and whatnot. Let's see what happens.
Everybody loves you at MDS. That's why they did that.
I know. I love you all too, even though I know at one point I can actually come to your houses and murder your asses. So there's that.
Yeesh.
Yeesh. In any case, let's quickly wrap this up.
Yep.
Angel, where can I find you?
You can find me on Cage Side Seats, generally in the nightly and daily. My handle is OneWingedAngel. And I'm the diva of this,
Yes, you are.
of the party.
Yes, you are. I think
So-
I think we can officially call you a
If there's
diva.
anyone that can make it reality TV, it's me. So,
Agreed.
yeah. And I'm also on Twitter as _ the Jimmy. That's TheGimmie.
Mhm.
And yep.
That's that.
Ambrose Alley, where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me on Cage High Seats in the daily, rarely in the nightly, but I'm there sometimes.
Yes, I know.
Ambrose Alley.
Yep.
You're there.
you-
You're there more than MDS is now. So
She tackled me when I made my appearance back again. So
yeah, the wild MDS sighting a week
Yes,
and a half ago.
you complained about a wild MDS sighting.
I know.
10
I
days-
can't live without the nightly bar. There's
In
no
any case,
bartender.
Okay. In any case, have you anywhere else that we're gonna find
You can find me on Twitter at Lady Roshana, LadyRoschana, or you can find me at Twitch at Violent Wrestling Podcast, and that's wrestling with no G.
Okay.
What about AA's Ramblings? Is that still going?
AA's Ramblings is still going now that I've got the tooth problem taken care of, and I'm feeling better.
So is there a stable schedule for it, or we'll have
It's
to
Tuesday nights
still-
after SmackDown.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
That's good. Tuesday nights.
And then there's also Violent Wrestling Podcast on Wednesday nights around 8-ish Mountain Standard Time.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. Taker, your plugs.
You can always, as always, find me at Takers_Minion on the Twitter machine.
Mhm.
You can find me on K-Side Seeds in the daily and in the nightly. Lately been having some heated discussions about certain things going on in WWE. You can find me. I also have a second show which airs Mondays at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, called The Connoisseurs of Wrestling with myself, Legends Lover, Biff Kensington III, once he gets a new computer set up. And the newest member of the booth is George at Savas, where we discuss history and how it affects today's wrestling and the wrestlers of yesterday and today.
So officially, that booth has become a 4-person booth.
Because there are some times where LL's voice just isn't up to it. She's there, and she contributes some, but we, and with Biff Kensington having been in the hospital and had surgery, he's home now. He's doing better. We needed to get a someone to fill the role, and then I discussed it with LL, and I discussed it with Biff, and we all agreed, and we decided to bring George on permanently. So
yes, okay,
They're free birding connoisseurs.
that's right. Plus, he also covers for when one of the mains can't be there, like myself or LL or
Biff.
There's always
On this case,
going to be
on-
three. There's always going to be at least three. So
That's it.
Doc, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Dr. Senju. I'm actually actively doing some twittering of some sort, of some pointless matter altogether. They can find me there at MRDR Senju. They can also find me and TakersMinion at the official Shootin' Debris Twitter at SHOOTINDABREZ1. BREEZ1. So get that correctly. You can also find me on the daily as well as the nightly. I am trying to get my ass back into active duty on cage side seats.
The
Hopefully
bar's got about 3 inches of dust on it, man. You got to show up.
Oh, don't worry about that. Well, we've already destroyed that bar counter. The last time, from the last week I appeared, the last week I made a wild appearance. Before you noticed that it was a wild appearance, so there's that. The good friend Pound Sterling from the Daily suggested to me that I need to do a counter, a literal bar counter with shillings on it. So there's that, a literal one. So there's that. I think that's pretty much it. I think so. You can also catch me on here on YouTube, Shootin' Debris. I am mostly the one who runs the whole thing like this. So there's that.
Yep.
Any case, this has been Shootin' Debris, episode 57. Finally.
Plugs.
I know.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. Yeah, take a deep breath. I know. That's been Shootin' Debris, episode 57. Finally, yes. Before I thank everyone else, I have need to plug in a lot of my friends, a lot of my colleagues, co-hosts, cohorts that are affiliated with Cage Side Seats or unaffiliated with them, but are affiliated with us via the Los Angeles Nobles. They podcast banner. So under the Cage Side Seats, we have Not Your Demographic with Stunning Stella and Enigma Aaron. You have Keeping Up with the Kayfabe with Mark Larry, Jody May Esquire, and Jack King. And we have Bros Before Elbows with Anthony, Farron, and Tommy. Those are the ones under the Cage Side Seats affiliated podcast. Catch them if you want. They're always on there on Cage Sites. The unaffiliated podcasts are the ones that are not under the Cage Side Seats blog, but are under us on the Los Angeles Nobles Day podcast. You can catch them by searching on the YouTubes or on iTunes for that matter as well. You can catch Two Guys, One Sport with Crazy Chris Colgan and George Clinton Jerkat Chavez on Thursday nights. You can catch Fizzy's Wacky World of Wrestling with 14 Fitzpatrick. Check your local listings on that one. Just search on YouTube. You can catch Violent Wrestling Podcast with Ambrose Alley and Chris Moxley Lopez on Wednesday nights, as well as Ambrose Alley's Ramblings on Tuesday nights, where she just do a hot take after Smackdown. Just half an hour of her rambling. Wonderful to listen. Then you have Match Fixing with Don Sakuzmano over at Cedar Bridge Media. Again, check your local listings. He's slowly beginning to come back on the Cedar Bridge Media podcast banner. So watch that. You have Wednesday Night Shooting with Tanya Rogers and MJ Swift. No more.
That is done.
Wow. That is
I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, that I found out Thursday that it is no more. Unfortunately. I'll explain off air as to why.
So then, that means no more Wednesday Night Shooting.
Nope.
Then you have Ruthless Aggression Podcast with Metal Matt. And then, of course, you have Connoisseurs of Wrestling with TakersMinion, with Kensington, Legends Lover, and Georgette Sabas. Last but not least, you have Sports Bros Incorporated with Georgette Sabas and Philip Dawson. And then you have the MLW affiliated radio podcast. We just promote this just for fun and kicks and whatnot. And because we thank Conrad Thompson always for appearing on our show. So, Something to Wrestle with Conrad Thompson and Bruce Pritchard. And What Happened When with Conrad Thompson and Tony Schiavone. Other stuff that we promote, well, we have Big Rick Travels with Big Rick Steve. And last but not least, if you are a sumo lover or just like to watch sumo on Twitch TV, there is a channel called Mbovo Sumo. That is MBOVO Sumo. Catch that for all your sumo affiliated needs. Live broadcast.
Tournament starts next week.
Tournament starts next week. Taker is excited.
Tokyo.
More hososekis, more body chops, more someone is going to stand and sleep and then go or Snorlax and it's fighting time.
Delirious, are we?
I'm expecting Angel to show up at least once.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have to be in on this one.
I am sleepy, but it's fighting time. I go back to sleep again. Hey.
I go eat more Chanko.
I watch Chanko Nabe. In any case, see, you are making me do it. I'm retracting back to food now. Anyway, finally, we come to the end. Finally, Shootin' episode 57. Finally, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you to both Ambrose Alley and Angel for hopping in over just to have some fun.
Yes,
my pleasure. I always love being on with you guys.
It was great. Thanks for having
like
me.
SummerSlam, this 4 hours went by like nothing. So
like nothing. So
it's
yeah, okay.
always good. Like butter. Like butter.
Yeah, like butter.
Yep.
Why are you sounding like a Boston Italian?
Forget about it.
Yeah.
As Kurt said to Paul, forget about it.
In any case, thank you guys so much for dropping by. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for subscribing or liking or watching or listening. All points may vary. For TakersMinion, for Ambrose Alley, and for Angel, I'm Mr. Dr. Senju. Don't forget to smile, be nice to one another, and I'll see you next week.
Episode 57 is in the books. Later, all.
Chris is gonna go mad if you say that.
Later, everybody.
Goodbye.